Hey everyone, welcome to this Product First Thinking and Agile Framework course by Simplilearn. Most teams don't fail because they don't work hard. They fail because they spend months building something without checking if it actually solves the right problem. And that is exactly why Agile and Product First Thinking are so important today. In this course, we are going to understand how modern teams build products in smaller steps, collect feedback early, improve continuously, and avoid wasting time on the features that users may not even need. We will begin by understanding Agile in a simple and practical way. Then we will see how business analyst plays a key role in understanding a business problem. Also, like how he talks to the stakeholders, gather requirements, making sure the solution actually matches the business needs. After that, we are going to explore important agile ideas like iteration feedback, stakeholder management, documentation, prototyping, and phase-wise delivery. We are also going to look at the popular agile frameworks like Scrum and Kanban and understand where they are used. You're going to learn terms like sprint, backlog, epic, user story, etc. And the best part is that we are going to connect these concepts with the real world examples and hands-on tools like Jira so that you don't just learn Agile as a theory. You will understand how teams actually use it to plan, track, and deliver work. So by the end of this course, Agile will no longer feel like confusing corporate term. You will understand how to think like a business analyst, how to work with teams, and how to support better product decisions. Before we begin, let us start with a quick quiz. And the question is, which agile framework works in short cycles called as sprints? And your options are Waterfall, Scrum, Excel, or SQL. Please mention your answers in the comment section below. Now, before we move ahead in the session, just a quick info, guys. If you are interested in building a career in product management, then the AI-powered professional certification in product management by Simplilearn is a great opportunity for you. This 6-month and live interactive program is offered with SP Jain Global, which is ranked among the top 8 B schools in APAC. You are going to learn from SP Jain Global faculty and industry expert and gain a strong understanding of product strategy, customer value, design thinking, UX, product roadmaps, business models, pricing, product life cycles, and AI-driven product management. You are also going to learn how to use GenAI tools like ChatGPT and Gemini for market research, UX, product innovation, and faster decision making. Along with that, you're going to get exposure to tools like Jira, Balsamiq, Google Analytics, Mixpanel, Midjourney, PixArt, and many more tools. This program also includes capstone projects, workshops, masterclasses, and a certificate from SP Jain Global, which is going to help you build practical skills for real product management skills. So guys, hurry up now and join the course. The course link is mentioned in the description box.
So here we go. It says foundation of flexibility. How do you make your product getting better after every deliverable, or someone mentioned the word after every element or phase wise delivery, right? How do you make your product keep getting better? What is this? Can anyone give me an example of this? That Suryanj, it is mentioning value collaboration over silos. There's one more aspect to it. When you're working in an agile team, the team not only comprises of developers, okay? The team would have obviously developers, it will have you as a BA, many a times it would have a product manager, many a times it would have a subject matter expert who knows the industry of the client well. Sometimes the BA can be from that industry, therefore you don't need to have a separate SMA. But this is a way an agile team works. It's something called cross functional. Okay, therefore it's not that development team works on their own after getting the requirements. No, you are actively involved with the development team. Therefore we have something in morning stand up calls, so that it usually happens at 9:30 in the morning in an agile team, wherein it's a very small discussion. Let's say Nikhil will get up and say, okay, today I'll be working on this. Aparna will say, I'll be working on this. Pravina will say, I'll work on this. I'll say, I'll work on this, so that everyone is aware what exactly is happening within the team, and there are no overlaps, there are no disturbances in between. Therefore collaboration outside with the stakeholders, of course, and collaboration within the team itself. So this was one thing that I wanted to highlight over here. If you're clear with this, learners, just type yes in the chat box. Maybe you can speak yes, and I'll go to the next one. If you have any doubts, go ahead. You can ask right away. See, learners will be open to doubts throughout the session. So don't hold your doubts for the last half an hour and say, Surya, your doubt session, you can interrupt anytime you want so that we can have more examples together. Okay. Learners, why does a BA need to know Agile? Give you 20 seconds, read this, then let's see what do we do. Okay, so it says BA, just read this, and then we'll have a small discussion. Savita, collaboration, simple words, it means that if I'm making this baggage automation system, no, and you are my business analyst, so you will stay in touch with me on a everyday basis if needed. If I ask for a weekly updates, so weekly updates, but this will not be a scenario wherein you will be silo. Okay, Vasundhara, I'll come. Therefore, it means that you have to stay in touch with your stakeholders all the time. It can't be that your stakeholder is giving you requirements and after 1 month you're coming back to him, hey, good morning, do you remember me? No. So you'll constant touch with the stakeholders, could be your clients, outside stakeholders, anyone. And within your team also, you will work across functions. So BA would work with developers, there would be a product manager, there would be a SME, there would be some front end, UI, UX people. So it's a cross functional team. This is what you mean by collaboration. Silos means over here, so it's like feedback session. Absolutely, Gajal, exactly. It's an absolute going on. Silos means you work on your own, I work on your own. I don't know you, you don't know me. Therefore, my work has to get completed for the overall success of the project. Therefore, that's the reason in silos means Tina is on her own. I don't care what she's working. Savita is on her own. No idea. So this is not how you work in a agile team. Make sense, Vasundhara? So that's how it works. So yes, it's a short cycle time. Digvijay, that's where you come with the final answer that the client has to understand now. You yourself come up and say there are too many changes, there are too many add-on requirements. We can keep working on it, but it's going to delay your final product delivery. Sometimes the client will agree and say, hey, he's making sense. But sometimes the client says, so what's wrong? I have got time, I have got money. Why do you worry? Then you go as per the discretion of the client. But you keep both the pitches open. Does that answer your question, Digvijay? For example, if you work with Middle Eastern clients, as we used to do, they have lots and lots of change requests coming every other day because there is some again change in the leadership. They don't have problem of funds. So they'll say, I have a new vision. The previous one had another vision. This is my vision. This is what you have to do. So it's okay. As long as they're able to pay there, as long as they're able to wait, it's fine. Your job is to tell them both the pitches. All right, Digvijay? Don't worry, you don't need to memorize anything. It's just doing the same concept again and again. They are saying responding to change, uh, working on deliverables rather than continuously documenting things. It says interacting more. You need to collaborate more with your stakeholders, including your customers. So they've branded it as a manifesto, which we have already discussed. Okay, so this trying to have a quick recollect on this. Read this. We have already discussed, learners. So just acting kind of a recap. So whatever you're reading, try to relate it with the story of the baggage one, with the story of Digvijay when we were delivering his laptop. So try to relate all of these with the stories that we discussed. Then you will be able to understand it better. It all depends on whether the client is ready to accept it or not. Slow, overall alignment or development, that's your responsibility to communicate to the client. Decision is his. If he is ready to make it slow, if he is ready to make one or two parts of the entire project go slow, it's his decision. You are only here to communicate. Okay, here we go. 30 seconds, learners. Read this. Situation over here, learners, is that you have a delivery app. Okay, and out of 100 people that come, 40 people are leaving without buying. Your revenue is going down. This is a scenario that you have been given. Okay, learners? Now, forget whatever is written over here. Ignore this, okay? Ignore. If you all are clear with the problem, that Suryansh, I understand what the problem is, that out of 140 people leave without buying anything. If you're clear with the problem, type yes in the chat box. Suryansh, I'm clear with the problem. Okay. Now, we have had multiple discussions on how this agile thing works, what exactly this is, iterative, so on and so forth, right? What you need to do is, I'll give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes time. All right. We'll not be going through the solution and everything, how it is done. We'll be keeping it all hands on. I'll give you 2 minutes. Come up with a plan, keeping agile methodology in mind on how will you take this up problem. How will you take this problem? Okay. So let's say one answer from your side can be, let's say Vasundhara can say, Suryansh, if I am the business analyst over there, I would first conduct some kind of a market research by talking to my users. What is wrong? That if you are liking our product, that's the reason you're coming. If you're coming, that means you want to buy something, right? It's not that you're bored one day, you open Blinkit and then say, "Acha, I've got nothing to do today, so I'll open Blinkit." No, right? You want to order something, that's the reason you open Blinkit. But you open Blinkit and you're not buying anything. So now this is a concern, learners. You got 2 minutes time. You got 2 minutes time. Gajula, you got 2 minutes time. I want a plan from as many learners as possible. First, you will do this, then you will do this, then you will do this. Let's say you'll say after taking feedback, you will contact your developers that we need to make this change. Quickly make this change and run a prototype with, let's say, 100 users. Let's see what's the feedback that we are getting. Whatever approach you say, keep whatever we discussed. I'll give you 2 minutes and consider I am not there right now. It's 51, maybe 53. So, what people are doing, maybe they are searching for the product on your platform because your product is beautiful. However, it could be a possibility that competition has got better pricing. Correct? Got it. So, you have done this. Great. Good. Next.
Sir, I think I would like to check why the customers' feedbacks are not being, allocated to our, uh,
Good.
like, why have we not taken the customer feedback correctly? I
Good.
wanted to understand if there is a problem, the 40% crowd is not coming. So I want to analyze the problem, what exactly had happened with the customers. So I think the NPC, the net promoter scores that we
Mhm.
have, or maybe the customers' feedback need to be taken into consideration, that what went wrong, right?
Excellent.
Second, so sometimes it can happen that people do say, like you given a brilliant example of Blinkit, right? So I have Blinkit, I've got Instamart, I've got Swiggy, and I also got Zepto. It might
Mhm.
happen, Zepto is much quicker than Swiggy. So I think people are hence comparing and then going back
Okay.
to, so that could be the speed capacity, or I can say the customer capacity. If, for example, 100 users are logging into Zepto, is it getting
Mhm.
slower?
Okay.
So how the machine works, I'm not really
Good.
sure,
So,
but I
so
can.
you're taking answers. These could be the reasons. First, I will
Yeah.
identify those reasons. Then, you know what? Second aspect to look at is this is not something new. Taking customer feedback, it has already
No,
been in place for quite some time. So now the question arises: why was the customer feedback not
not
taken
allocated,
seriously, not allocated earlier? Good.
associated, yes.
Momita, good. Momita, over to you.
Yes, yes, sir. The variety of products, because we usually check products in Swiggy, Zepto, and
Yes.
Blinkit before ordering. So, if somewhere
Yes.
I'll get more variety of products
Good.
and products that are gourmet products, which are not somewhat available in Zepto and all. So, I would definitely, as a customer, would like to opt where I'll get more discounts
More
and more
variety.
variety of products.
Good. So you're identifying again that, now what else could be the reason why people are not there? Okay, good. So now the product variety could be a problem, right? Yeah, and yes, Shaik said, it's good to have a call with the customer to
Yeah,
understand who a customer. Yeah, go ahead. Shaik, is that you?
Swams. Yeah, it's me,
Go ahead.
Swams. I
Go ahead.
just
Go
want
ahead.
to add one more thing.
Yeah.
Since 40% are leaving us, I just want to understand. Might be we are not having that kind of product which meet their. I mean, what is that? I want to say, which meet their requirements. Might be that thing.
Excellent.
Their
And
requirements and
sometimes
their standards. Yeah, yeah.
the
You continue,
quality of
Shaik?
products.
Okay, so we have talked to the customer. We have got quality of products could be an issue. That's great. So, learners, my question is, what will you do once you have identified the reason? So, let's say reasons are any one that you have mentioned over here. So, what's the next step? Go ahead, tell me.
Engage
So
the. other required stakeholders.
Good. So Aparna is saying that Suryansh, let's now start engaging other stakeholders who could be part of the problems that we have identified. That could be a procurement team, or let's say that could be a UI UX team. Good answer. What else?
The re-release that we need to do.
Good.
So I think we also need to, after gathering all the information, and we understood
Mm-hmm.
right now where there is a fault. So I think the re-release is really
Good.
important, and we need to do it in such a way that customers are attracted towards the same.
Good.
We
So
can
you're
provide
saying
the
that you're
notification for all the
no
exciting offers.
notifications. That's good.
Yeah.
So now what you have done is essentially you have taken the feedback, you have worked on that feedback. It is now important for you to release that feedback in the first place in again phase wise manner. Then at the same time, through notifications, you're gonna make them aware. We have improved. Now we are better. So that come back again and then again try our product. So good answer. Now you have done the iterative part. Go ahead. Good. Next, next,
Early
Yeah,
next.
and
demo.
I
I hear a
sorry,
boy's
sorry.
voice, then I'll go to
Yeah,
Aparna.
it's
Okay,
me,
Aparna?
Imran here.
Imran, over to you.
Yeah, and we need to come up with a strategy so that we can bring up our sales also. We need to devise one strategy, is what I feel here.
Okay,
I don't know.
now you have taken care of the customer problem part. Next comes the new implementations require a new strategy that could be pertaining to your go to market. Because let's say now you have overhauled the entire working of the product with delivery timelines, or maybe better portfolio, better pricing, or better availability of products. Now you need to have a go to market strategy to promote
So, so
what
we
you have
can
done.
Sometimes we can do
so
the
we can opt
changes in
for
our
new
application
designs.
also.
We go to Aparna, Vasundhara, then Shivani. Aparna.
Yeah, early demos before the phase-wise deployment to the
Excellent.
users and
So you're
users.
saying that Suryansh, let's first have a demo whether this is really gonna be there to work or not. Are you aware, learners, of this A/B testing? Anyone? Okay, leave it. I'll explain it sometime later. It's not part over here, but I'll explain it sometime later. Okay. Oh, no problem, Divya. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Demos we are
before.
done. Good. Let's go to Vasundhara. Then we'll go to I think Shivani. I told Vasundhara. Let's hear it from you. Thanks, Aparna.
We can do some changes in our app, like we can compare the other apps and whatever the exciting offer. So it will be easily available. It will be like visible to the
Excellent.
customer, like
So
notification. So we
after
can do
so after
changes in
you've
apps.
good. So after you have done with the demos, you have gotten good feedback and you're told that it's good to go. Over here, the release planning has already been done because of the demos. Now it is time to launch it. So now your tech changes are what you call deployed. Thank you. Over to you, Shivani.
Sir,
Yeah, before.
redesigning of the
Shivani,
application.
then we'll hear to the boy who was trying to speak along with Shivani. Shivani, go ahead.
So we can opt for redesigning of the application. So if some kind of attractive UIs for the
Excellent.
customers.
UI UX or maybe some kind of backend changes. Maybe the app is going a little slow, so you need to make these what do you say efficiency changes. Sometimes it could be a possibility that the app only is not opening. Maybe the checkout page gets stuck. So yes, you get these things, run a demo, you plan your release, and then you come back over here. Good. Last voice I heard someone who was trying to speak along with Shivani. Who's that?
Sir, can I ask a question? It was not me, but I just need to ask a question.
Over to you, John.
Wait, and listening to everyone, can we implement the SWOT analysis in
Excellent.
this
Now,
process?
learners. Good, good. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Should I call you White?
It is Joanne.
Joanne. Okay, Joanne.
Yes, please.
Learners, Joanne mentioned something related to SWOT
SWOT
analysis.
analysis.
You
Yes.
would have heard of something called PESTLE as well. Yes or no? You would have heard of multiple other such things. Yes or no, learners? Go ahead, tell me.
No.
We heard
It's
about
No.
the
very
SWOT.
Yes,
You have
yes,
heard about
yes.
Just
SWOT.
what?
Let's say you've heard about SWOT. There's another option called PESTLE. Okay, learners. So
Heard of it already.
these kind of what do you say analysis or working. Sorry, I've written SWOT. So these kind of analysis, learners, they are good for your starting point, Joan. Okay. When I say starting point, they give you a direction. That's it. You know, this is what we are looking as our weakness. Why don't we conduct customer feedback survey and then look at those weaknesses? Let's say the weakness is pricing. You can't work on pricing. Let's say it's non-negotiable. That doesn't fit your business model. Therefore, you don't focus on your weakness. You start focusing more on your strengths. Your strengths are premium products. So let's focus more on that. You got the answer, Joan? That you focus more on the starting point because of these analysis. But you don't blindly follow them. My weakness is pricing, so I'll go and reduce the price. No. So it will only guide you where to start your journey of user feedbacks. All right, Joan?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Any other point anyone has? Because learners, you're going absolutely right in the direction. And with the answers, we are able to relate and connect the dots. So we'll take one more answer from anyone. Go ahead.
Before delivering into the customers, we need to test properly.
That's great. So that comes as a part of your demos. And once your demos are clear, you go ahead with release planning and then you finally launch it. All right, learners. So good answer.
So
You
one more.
solved this, but the owner of the product says not going to happen. It's my business. I can't change this because if I change this, then I'm losing my USP. So what do you do, learners? What do you do in this scenario? Shivani is the person who is paying. She's the client. She says make this product. User is saying I don't want this product. What do you do? Let's see. Anyone can answer this question. Go ahead. Tell me. What do you do?
Try to convey her.
No, no. Oh, I have an answer. If the user is
Go ahead,
saying
Imran.
no, also we can give it as a. I mean, with the premium product, we can give it as for free for some time, right? Till it goes into the market.
Or something for the user to try. Maybe once the
Yes,
user tries, then maybe he or she can use it, and that's when your client can also understand. Okay, now they're ready to accept it, right, Imran? Good. What else?
yes,
What
yes,
else can
yes.
you do in this scenario? Trials. Okay, thank you. What else? If we are given a chance of doing this concept again, of let's say launching Target in Canada, how this thing could have been done better, adopting a more agile approach. Over to you, learners. Let us start now.
I'll tell you, sir.
Let's go, Tina.
So, sir, I think you just spoken about the pestle way. So, because
Okay.
they were launching in Canada, they have to do
Mhm.
the pestle first of all.
Okay.
Looking at the pestle targets, what they're getting, they should have launched a trial store at least one or two.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, understanding what was the inventory people are buying, based on
Okay.
that, they should have relaunched another stores.
Excellent. So
Right.
inventory plus trials shows.
Yeah.
Good.
Because there could be something, because they are entering the Canada market, so
Yes.
how, they never knew, about the conditions. So
Correct. So,
they have also should have understood how the audience are basically there, because some, like in India, we don't have a stores like in Japan, wherein you
correct.
go, you cook, you eat also, and you come back.
Okay.
So they could have done it in that way, right?
Okay.
Understanding what the targets are, how the target audience are, what is the atmosphere which will be reacting, they could have then understood, and they would have invested in
So
the
that means,
inventory.
yeah, so the inventory could have gotten better with every new store launch. So worst one could have been
Yes,
a failure. The next one would have been 20, 30, 40% better. And by the time they would have got to the third store, they would be somewhere close to 80, 90% of the requirement of the market. Good.
correct. And they
Next
should have
learner.
also learned from the experience, because if the one store is giving you one experience, another one is
Mhm.
giving you another experience, the experience could have been added to 100%.
Excellent. So experience of each launch. Good. Next learner,
Yeah, it's me.
So,
Imran.
Yeah, yeah.
Imran.
Before, since last time we discussed it, SWOT analysis, we could have done a market research as well. I mean, since they are US giants, right, big giants, we could. I mean, the Canadian, they're entering into Canada. The taste and preferences of the customers also.
Good.
I mean, they change,
Could
right?
be
So they
different,
could
right?
have gone for a market research what the customers would
Absolutely.
like there.
Hmm.
Why? Because we are investing in billions. They could have done a market research,
Correct.
and they could have opened two, or like how Tina said, they could have started with two or three stores,
Hmm.
and afterwards they could have done the expansion. Since in your
Got it.
previous slide it was mentioned that there were some empty, I mean, stalls or something, they could have slowly opened the stalls and they could have filled. That's what I would have done
Got
a
it.
market research, and I would
Better.
have involved multiple stakeholders there.
Got it.
That's what I would have done.
Perfect. Perfect. Great, Imran. Next learner,
Sir,
Momita. Let's hear it
location.
from Momita Ghosh.
Yeah, so they should have analyzed the pricing and also some kind of locals what they prefer buying. So that would have been better.
So analyze pricing better, to position their products. Good. Text learner, I heard one more voice parallel to Momita.
I was saying location would have been a defined thing here,
Excellent. So location preference, right?
and also the target market.
And then say it again, Joan.
The target market, who they're most catering to, the location
Excellent.
target market.
So you need to be aware of the target market you're going for. Good.
So they need to know about the products what customer wants, and if there any shortage, or
Okay.
they needs to refill the pantry, or they should know that if the product is getting means if the product getting finished, they need to keep in stock so that the
Got
customer can get.
got it. Got it.
They should think about the product which prefer more. Canadian people prefer more. I think they consider
Excellent.
the US people products and Canada people are using the different products. So the
Excellent.
product also matters.
Hmm.
If I am an Indian, I'm living out of India, so I'll prefer the Indian soap or Indian
Yes.
whatever the things, food items even. So they should consider the Canadian people requirements
Excellent.
first of all.
Okay. Great. Learners, you gave me good analysis, and you also told me what is called that should have been the better way or the right way of going about it. Yes or no? Correct. Now, is replace a trusted marketplace. Okay, because you are new, you need to fight incumbent players, right? That might be time consuming or require some kind of a different way. Learners, if you want, we can have a couple of minutes of discussion. How do these kind of companies enter a new market? Do you want to have a small couple of discussion on that also? Because now we discuss from these two lines, but these are common sense answers, right, learners? There could be a reason why a company like Target did not do this. If you and I can think over here, company is having access to the best consultants in the world, but they still didn't do this. So do you want to look at the perspective from the company's side as well? Yes or no?
May I?
Go ahead.
Begin.
Over to you. Over to you. I think who is it? Digvijay, right?
My name is Kalyan.
Kalyan, go ahead.
Okay. So the principal problem here is the market research. If they
Okay.
fail to identify the market, probably
Hmm.
everything would go wrong.
Okay.
So market research has to be genuine and crystal clear
Hmm.
so
Then
that
that
they can,
makes sense.
yeah.
Okay. Next,
Uh,
anyone else would like
I
to add?
think I think one of the thing is because Canada is very close to it's bordering US, so I
Correct.
believe they must have thought that the preferences of both the countries
Would be same.
would
So
be
they would
same.
have some kind of bias in their mind.
Yeah, so they might have uh, saved some money here and invested it in
Got it.
making a different
Got it. Got it. So yes,
Their
they would have
BATM is
Uh,
not working
I think
properly.
they have
okay,
taken an assumption instead
assumptions
of
that they would have worked on.
yeah, worked on the
Basically,
assumptions instead of doing the actual results and
got it.
seeing their competitors. So I think they failed to look at the stats of their competitors, and on the basis of assumption, as you said, it's near to America. I
Mm-hmm.
think they have taken the decision. Okay, यहाँ चल रहा है तो उधर भी चलेगा types.
Okay, that's good. Have you heard of this company called? Sorry for the handwriting, but yes or
Miniso?
no?
Miniso. Miniso.
Is it U or O?
No, it's
Miniso.
Miniso.
Oh, it's
Oh,
Oh,
O. O.
I'm sorry. My wife is a big fan of this. I'm
Me
not.
too.
I really don't understand what exactly this showroom has to offer. But
it's
only
true.
thing that I know, it is super expensive for whatever we have to buy. Okay, so that's my feedback. But I'm writing two more names, and my question would be, how many of you are aware of it?
So is it decathlon did you return?
Yes, yes. Finally,
But
some
sir, there
people are
is no
able to understand.
comparison. IKEA sells furniture, Decathlon sells
Yes.
clothes.
Now, here's the question, learners. Miniso is from which country?
Japan.
China. China.
Hmm,
Japan.
China.
Japan.
Decathlon?
पता नहीं इंडिया क्या?
France.
Oh.
French company. Yeah.
IKEA.
Sweden.
Sweden. Good. Do you agree that all of these brands, especially the one that you see over here, they are doing very well? Because
Yes.
in Delhi, I can tell you one thing very clearly. This company has opened its first flagship store in India. Now, when I say a flagship store, it's not a usual Miniso store that you see. It's a huge one. IKEA, they started with which country, which place in India? IKEA?
Bangalore. Bangalore. Pune.
Hyderabad.
Oh, sorry.
They opened the first in Hyderabad, which was a huge store. They have opened now across places, but in Delhi, what they have to offer is a very small one in a mall as compared to Hyderabad. Okay. And once we talk of Decathlon, any idea which place Decathlon opened its first outlet?
I think
Go
again
ahead.
Hyderabad.
They opened it in Bangalore. Many of you from Bangalore? So, if anyone from Bangalore,
Yes, sir, I'm from Bangalore.
Mumbai. So from
Yes, Bangalore.
Yes.
Bangalore airport, when you go towards the city, you will cross something called Yellahanka Air Force Station. All right.
Yeah.
Somewhere in this area, they have their first open store in India, which is another huge store in size. Standalone, not in a mall. It's a standalone one. The reason why I'm asking you these is all of these brands are foreign brands. Yes or no? And they have been able to penetrate in India at a very, very large scale, and they are doing phenomenally well. Why? Because first, they opened it with very small one store. Let's start with one store, see how the inventory works. Second, the moment they got this feedback that people are crazy about our products, let's say IKEA, people are crazy about our products because of, do it on your own, because of the best pricing, because of, interest we Indians have for our homes, right? We love home decor things. We love. So every day, even if we just go to home center today in Delhi, we are bound to spend 10,000 rupees, no matter where, at what time we go. Okay, so we Indians are crazy about decorating our homes. So they got the budget part done, and they opened the first store, huge success because of the brand pull, and they subsequently went ahead and opened others. Similar thing happened for Miniso. They didn't open the huge store at one place. All across, small stores were opened. Once the feedback came that this is the market which is coming out well, so they positioned it in Delhi in a place called Subhash Nagar. They have now their flagship store. So what all you discussed for target learners was actually implemented in India and done very well by these three companies. So we saw an example of a failure, how a brand entered a new place and failed. Over here, uh, these three brands entered a whole new culture altogether, and still they were able to do well. All right. Another scenario is learners. Are you aware Walmart tried to enter India? Anyone is aware? Walmart tried to
Yes.
enter India.
Yes.
Did it work?
I think no.
No.
Why didn't it work? If Walmart tried to enter
Because of
India, we should be good.
political
Poli-
scenarios.
Political scenarios, okay, could be. So Walmart concept,
Competitive,
say it
like
again.
DMarts. The competitive companies like
The
DMarts.
competitive, okay, okay.
Comparatively expensive, maybe.
Comparatively expensive, okay. Walmart concept is very simple, learners. If this is your city, Walmart will be outside the city, and it will offer you such a pricing that you can't beat, because the scale at which they procure, they have the highest bargaining power in the world. Now, you take a car and you go out to buy these groceries or monthly ration, whatever you call it. We Indians are super lazy. We Indians want Blinkit 8-minute delivery. We Indians, not everyone that time had a car. We didn't have expressways, and we Indians would definitely not go 40 kilometers to buy our monthly ration. So there was a change in mentality, infrastructure, availability of cars, and all. That's the reason it backfired, and Walmart didn't expand in India. So they realized after opening one or two stores that this thing is not going to work. So they were able to save a lot of investment. Unfortunately, our friend Target over here couldn't work in that direction. If you are clear with these examples, learners, type yes quickly because we discussed both the examples of a successful agile deployment and a failed agile deployment. All right, hurry up. Just keep typing yes, Suryan said we are clear with these examples. Why don't we go ahead with hands-on experience of working on a Scrum? And then I explain, these aspects to you. Go ahead. What do you think? What do you suggest? Let's move on to hands-on experience now. We have got multiple discussions. Do you agree, learners? You want to try something with your own hands? Okay, so we'll now start opening a product called Jira. In this way, we'll be covering some topics that are related to Scrum, and we'll be covering some topics that we were supposed to study ahead, which were covering something related to Jira, for example, Epic, stories, and all. I'll tell you what those things are as we proceed. All right. But right now, so just search for the word Jira and wait for me. All those, if you have searched for the word Jira, how many of you are following with this hands-on experience? Thank you, Pavan. Arab learners, just keep sending me yes. That yes, Suryansh, we just Googled Jira and we are seeing the screen that you are seeing. You may have different options, but you have to select an option called Jira Project Management for the AI era at large. You'll be seeing multiple options: Jira Service Management. If you scroll down, you'll see an option called Jira Project Management. I want you to select this. Saida, we are waiting. Don't worry. We're just what do you say? It just asks you to Google and you need to click on this option. I'll give everyone a minute to do that. Just Google Jira and click on Jira Project Management for the AI era. Thank you, Vasundhara, Aparna, Savita, Bhuvi, Supriya, Tina, perfect, Momita. Hurry up, learners. All you need to do is just click on Jira Project Management for the AI era, and it will take you to a new screen that looks. You may have a different one, but it's okay. Since I actively use it, I have a different way of looking at it. So I want everyone, those who all are here, on the screen, wherever you're able to find get it free, or you're able to see an option login, please do that. Either click on get it free or click on Google sign in. All right, that's it. It's just a Jira terminology kind of a thing. All right,
Here it
don't
is
click anywhere
asking
else.
for what kind of work do you do?
I'll come to that,
Software
Vasundhara, in a
development
moment.
and
Yes,
multiple
I'll come to
options are
that in
here.
a moment, Vasundhara. Click on continue once, please, Tina. Learners, since the login procedure is showing different screens for different people, Vasundhara has mentioned that Suryansh, I am seeing certain options called what profession are you in, what do you work, right? You can click on anything and everything, it doesn't matter. They're just trying to collect some data from your end, nothing else. So, this is what Tina is also saying. Tina, just select product management, design, whatever you would like to select, it's fine. We just need to uh, quickly go. Now, hold on, learners, hold on. Thank you, Tina, hold on. Learners, look at Tina's screen. Look at Tina's screen. Stop doing. Vasundhara, hey, learners, can you hear me? Vasundhara is saying that she cannot hear me. Tina, can
We
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you, sir.
You
Yes,
can. Okay,
absolutely,
that's
sir.
good. Great. Vasundhara, just try rejoining. Okay, now on your screen you see three options, and on Tina's screen you see three options. All right. I want you to select Scrum. Click on Scrum and click on Continue. Okay, learners. Just hold on. Now, learners, I'll tell you the reason why we selected Scrum in some time, but you're supposed to select Scrum, and when you select Scrum, you will be seeing something like this. Now, you have created a folder, which was your site, right? Now, within a folder, we will create our own project. So, just name anything, name your space, just name it ABC, my first project, my first product, anything you would like to name it. It's fine, doesn't matter. First project, whatever you'd like to name it, just name it and click on get started. Now hold on. Lots of things Jira has started asking initially only. Okay, great. No problem. Just hold on. Can you just click on the hide option over here, Tina, please? Next. Yes. Hold on. Just click on next. Just click on next. Now click on next. Learners, now or just click on go to Jira. Learners, look at Tina's screen. I know many of you are stuck at multiple places. Any learner who is there at close enough to Tina's screen, just type yes in the chat box. All those who are stuck, immediately speak up. We'll have a discussion right away.
I'm also stuck, but I'm trying
Okay,
to.
click on project management. It's okay. Click on project man. Okay, you've selected finance. Okay, it's fine. Click on continue. Uh, just click on get started. It's okay. We'll try a different approach, Supriya. Don't worry. Just click on, scroll down and click on next. Yes, click on next. Next. Thank you, Vasundhara. Go to Jira. Yeah, just click on go to Jira so that everyone is able to get onto a landing page at least. Okay. I want everyone to at least be on a landing page. Okay. So thank you, Supriya. Just stay over here. Yours is much different than what others have seen. It's okay. I'll see to it that all of us are at the same page. Don't worry. Okay, Supriya, right now you're there at the right page. So all learners, you should be there at a screen which is somewhat looking like Momita's. You may see a backlog written someplace, board written someplace. It doesn't matter. I just want you to complete the onboarding process. That's it. So if you are somewhat looking at this screen, then you're good. So that's the reason all of these learners have added me. What I'll do is I'll quickly go to Jira. Okay. Now, don't worry. What I am seeing, what you are seeing would completely be different. It's okay. It's fine. I want all of you to click on a button called over here. I
Space.
have put my cursor over here. I want you all to click over here. Over here. And do you see a screen that looks like this, learners? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Yes, everyone. Yes or no? Come on, hurry up. Look at now. Go back to your Jira. Go back to your Jira. Stop looking at my whiteboard. Go back to your Jira. Tell me if you can see these two words on your screen. Definitely, you'll be able to see
Yes.
Scrum and Kanban. Yes or no?
Yes.
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 One. Yes or no? So,
Yes.
learners, what we'll do now is we'll have hands-on experience on Scrum. Once we are done with that, you will be able to understand Kanban also. All right. Don't worry. These are very simple reasons. These are very simple frameworks. Now, what do we do and why do we use them? Let's say today Vasundhara is working as a business analyst. Okay, Vasundhara.
Okay.
And over here you have your client. Let's say Digvijay, or let's say Tina. They are your clients. All right. They give you an option, Vasundhara. We need to start working on new features on our platform. All right, Vasundhara. Let's say they have a product which is for recruitment for their own company. Okay, so they have a recruitment website. Now they feel that, Vasundhara, we need to have some kind of an AI feature slash chatbot embedded in it. Okay, everyone. This is what Digvijay and Tina have told Vasundhara. So now Vasundhara says, absolutely fine. Let me, start the process. Whenever learners, we are building something new, we are launching some new features, we are launching some new, let's say, releases, elements, phases. When something new has to be built, priority is to make it and release it. Take the feedback, then go for the development, then again release it. This is what is agile learners. Yes or no? That's what we have studied. Correct?
Yes.
So when this is the priority of a new feature development, and that too to be delivered on time, because we don't have all day, right? So you give me a timeline. 1 week you will do this, next 2 weeks you will do this, next 2 weeks you will do this. So when this is the priority, phase wise timely deliveries is what you're looking at. You use a board, a framework, whatever you can call it, called Scrum.
Scrum.
Everyone clear? Why do we use Scrum? When do we use Scrum? Forget about this person sitting here right now. If you are clear, just quickly type yes in the chat box. Hurry up. That whenever, very simple language, whenever you want to launch a new feature, something new has to be built, please follow Scrum. Because Scrum gives you an option of identifying what has to be built new. The Scrum board or framework, whatever you call it, also gives you an option to add timeline. In this much time, this is done. This much time, this is done. That's the reason you use Scrum. And that's the reason I want you all to try the Scrum board today so that you know how to even deploy it. Okay? Skeleton of the project tracking. Yes, Megha, you got it correct. It tracks what feature is in what phase, when will it be delivered, let's say 1 week, what's the next phase, in next phase, what all features are we going to make, this is for how much timeline, all of this is done by Scrum. Clear, Megha? Okay, learners. So we'll start now. Let's get started with Scrum. Before you go ahead with Scrum, there are 2 or 3 words that we commonly use in Scrum. Different organizations learn have different, what do you say, jargons, but the meaning remains the same. Therefore, we'll be learning 3 today. All right. One very commonly used term in Scrum is epic. Epic in very simple word means, what do you want to do? What is your final objective? Okay, learners. Clear? Let's say today the final objective is what? Vasundhara has to embed some kind of an AI chatbot in the recruitment tool. Yes or no, learners? This is what
Yes.
Vasundhara has to do. So this is the final objective. Now let us create an epic first in our Scrum board.
Scrum.
Okay. So learners, that's how we'll do. We'll learn something. We'll then do it on screen share. Cool. Here we go. Look at my screen, everyone. And just don't click anywhere right now because I want everyone to be there at the same page. Look at my screen and you will see an option called Scrum where I have highlighted my cursor. Do you see this? Yes or no, learners?
Yes.
So just everyone click on Scrum
Yes.
now. Click on Scrum and you will see something like this. It will say epic, what I just told you. Don't worry about all of these things. We'll have ample time to discuss about it. Okay. We are going absolutely at the right pace. It will say it has to do in progress done. It's okay. Just keep it as it is. Don't click anywhere. Just click on use template. And once you have clicked on use template, I want everyone in the session today to quickly type yes in the. Okay. Now Tina, click on the spaces. Left side, you have an option called spaces. Left. Left side of नीचे yes spaces, click on plus इसके साथ में plus है ना, yes click on plus. Now once you have clicked on plus, I want you to click on scroll down. Scrum ऊपर दिख रहा है, last created Scrum, the first option. Yes, click on Scrum, click on use template. Good. Now stay with me, learners. Just type anything over here, first deployment, whatever it is, anything, my project or demo deployed, something like this, whatever you'd like to. Click on software development, left side pe Kavya, software development category. Yes, Pehla, yes. Now click on Scrum.
Oh.
Second option, yes. Click use template. Use template. Yes. Now just write ABC, ABC. And niche select anything. Yes, select team managed. Click on, yes, click on next. Bottom right, next. Good. Now learners, Kavya will show you how to create a new epic. After that, I'll tell you what exactly comes after epic. And just click on, I'll do this later. Yeah, click here. Good. Now click on accept all cookies on the top right corner, and everyone look at me. Look at this, okay? Accept all cookies, and now click on backlog. Everyone look at Kavya's screen. Kavya is going to click on backlog. Kavya, backlog पे click करो. Left side of board. At the center of your screen, you see left center of your screen ऊपर. Yes, you can click over here. Go to backlog also. That's a जहाँ पे you highlighted. Okay, stop sharing, Kavya. Stop sharing. I'll screen share. Stop sharing. Don't fill the feedback form now, learners, because we'll unnecessarily waste our time in getting the feedbacks part when we're giving good amount of time for it at 9:30. Okay, click on backlog, learners. Over here you have an option called backlog. Click on backlog, and everyone, those who are there on backlog, click on type backlog in the chat box. Reason why I did this, learners, was now it will be easy for you to cover all of the other topics that are right now pending in the session. Okay, everyone, welcome to the backlog, and click on create over here, please. Click on create on the top center over here. I've highlighted my cursor. Everyone, look over here, click on create. You will see something like this comes up. Don't get bogged down or overwhelmed by so much data coming up on your screen. Just have this pop up, and over here select epic. Do this. Once you have done this, type epic in the chat box and wait for me. Okay? Type epic in the chat box and wait for me. Look at my screen, learners. Kavya, everyone, look at my screen. This is the place where you should be. And you need to click on epic so that I know how many of you are up to speed with me. Thank you, Siddesh, Pravina, Aparna, Kavya, Pavan. Click on epic and just type summary as an over here.
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay. Now just mention in summary that AI enabled recruitment. Okay, this is what our target is. Which Vasundhara has to deliver. So AI enabled recruitment. Type this. Once you have done this, type AI in the chat box. We'll keep following up with you, learners. And congratulations, this is how you have created your first epic. Okay. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Sir, my connection was lost, so can you repeat it again?
Shivani, look at my screen. You have an option of create over here. You just need to click on create. A pop-up will come up. Over here, you need to select epic. Okay, do it quick. I'm here. It's okay. So just click on create now and it will get created. Congratulations, you have created a first epic and well done. Easy, learners. I think the login process and everything was a little tough, but I believe you understood how to use Jira, how to log in, and how to create an first epic. If you're able to do all of these three, type yes in the chat box so that I know that we are up to speed and we are getting in the right direction. Okay. Now, learners, I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, it is not showing for me Epic. Can I share you my screen?
Shivani, hold on. I'll come to that. Just give me a moment, okay? Now, everyone, let me stop my screen share and we go to the next part, the two remaining parts. Okay, these are there for the, what do you say, the Scrum part. After this, we have, here we go. Yes. So, Epic, we all are clear, right, learners? Epic, we all are clear? Now, let's say to complete this epic, our friend Vasundhara first needs to collect some data to get the model ready, right, Vasundhara? Because let's say
Yeah.
AI is a chatbot needs some kind of a data collection. Yes or no?
Correct.
What I'll do is there's a reason why I'm doing this. I'll do that in green. Okay. Collect data. Now, after collection of data, our friend Vasundhara would like to do something else. She would like to create a model on which she can train that data. Yes or no? That once anyone says, I want a job of a BA, press enter. So automatically the chatbot will fetch BA jobs and show it. So let's say these two things that she needs to do. Now, once both of these steps are done, Digvijay and our friend Tina can say the final objective has been met. Do you agree with this, learners? Yes or no? Yes or no, learners?
Yes, sir.
That Vasundhara has said, ye dono kaam kar liya, so then our job is done. So Digvijay and Tina are saying that, okay, we need you to complete these two for us. And once you are done this, we'll be saying that, you have done a very good job. Okay. In Jira, learners, we call these two as stories. Clear? Stories are something that you do to achieve your final objective, which is epic. Everyone clear? Yes or no? Give me a quick heads up by typing yes and by speaking yes. Hurry up. Not user stories, Digvijay. We'll come to user stories in some time. Okay? So clear, learners, that what you need to complete these two so that once these two are completed, your final objective is met. Any questions anyone has? Because now I'll show you how to create these stories. Is my screen visible, learners? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone, click over here, create. Click over here, create. And from the drop down, select story over here. Okay, do this. Do this, everyone, do this. Once you have done that, type yes in the chat box. That yes, Suryansh, we have done. Click on story and now type over here the two things that I told you. What those two things are: collect data,
Collection.
and second is also a story, which is train model. There was one learner who had issues in what do you say, reaching over here. Who was that learner? Now it's the time to share your screen. Learners, put these two as stories, and we are good with the Scrum part. Hurry up, type yes once you have done. There was one learner no, who
Sorry,
was having issues. Yeah,
I'm
Yes, sir.
sorry. Can you please repeat it again?
over here you have a create option. Over here you have a create option. Click on this create. Over here, instead of task, you need to select the green color one, which is story. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. Great. Do that. Now, once you have done with the stories, learners, this was what I wanted you to learn about Scrum. And we decided for a timeline, right? That these two things have to be done in 1 week or something. That is called sprint. The sprint is the timeline that we give to Vasundhara to complete these two tasks.
Sir, I'm not getting this option. I'm so sorry.
Which option, Tina?
So I've got my first project. It says task two that we have done. I'm
Okay,
not really sure.
now, hold on. Learners, we'll take a moment over here. I'll come back, and let me just repeat something. After that, we'll take, time for clearing all the doubts. Okay, just give me a moment. Understand the concept. After that, you will be able to go ahead with the hands-on part. Okay. So learners, now look over here. First, Vasundhara was given a final objective, that to integrate AI. Listen to the story, learners. We'll come to the Jira part in some time. After that, Digvijay and Tina told that in order to complete your this AI deployment, you need to complete these two tasks. Vasundhara has identified these two things that I have to complete this. So these are called stories. And the time that was given to Vasundhara was, let's say, 2 weeks. So this is called sprint. If you're clear with the story that we discussed, I want you all to type done in the chat box. Then I'll tell you the next thing that we'll discuss. So I believe two people had few doubts regarding the Jira tool. We'll come back to you. Don't worry, we'll not leave the session without those two doubts. But if you're clear with these story part, learners, hurry up. I want everyone to type done in the chat box, because now if you're clear with this Scrum part, you will be able to understand Kanban and all of those other things very well. So hands-on was something I thought if you do it, at least you will gain access and understand a new tool if you have not used Jira. Okay. Now learners, any doubts anyone has apart from the tool problem? For that I'll come back separately, don't worry. So anyone has any doubts on the Scrum part? Yes, no, you're more than
Yes.
welcome to ask. Yes, who's this? Nikhil, go ahead.
Uh, yeah. So while we are creating the stories, so typically a story has to be under some epic.
Yes.
Uh, so like right now, like while trying to create the story, I did not get that option where I can. So I first created an epic, and then
I know,
I
I know, I know,
created
I
two
know,
stories.
Nikhil. I
Yeah.
know, I know, I know. The reason why I'm not going in too much detail on Jira is because Jira is another tool altogether. So it will take me another 1 hour to do the link, create subtask, task. So you're getting the point, Nikhil? That's
Yeah.
the reason I'm not going in that direction. Because we have to cover different models of frameworks together, right? So I want you
Okay.
to
Okay.
understand the concepts, because the Jira I take as a 3 hour session separately. So that's the reason I'm not
Understood.
touching on more. Okay?
Okay.
All
Sure.
right. Now learners, let's say the priority is not timeline. The priority is not timeline. Our friend Digvijay and our friend, what do you say, Tina. Shivani, just go on mute, please. Digvijay and Tina, they're saying priority is, tell me some kind of a roadmap that you will do this first. After some time, you will be going with this. Once this part is complete, you will be going with the next part. That means you can play around with the timeline. Okay, because it's, let's say you're developing something new, and you are also not well aware how much time it will take, it's okay. You take your time. But this is some kind of a roadmap that we have to follow. Do you agree with the situation, learners? Yes or no? That right now we're just giving kind of a roadmap that first this has to be completed, then this, then this. Timelines can be worked upon. As and when we get in the process of developing these things, we can work upon the timelines. But priority is that work should keep on going as a flow. When our priority is this, learners, we use another board instead of Scrum called Kanban. In Scrum, the priority is Aparna, I'll come to those aspects in some time. Don't worry. I'll answer the stories and the user stories part. Okay. Is the story is the description of the project? Digvijay, I'll also answer that point in some time. Don't worry. Okay. This is when we use the Kanban model. We use Scrum when it's more of new feature development with the fixed timelines, sprints that we'll run. Kanban is the project should keep on working as a flow, and most important thing, timelines can be worked upon. This is usually done when a new product is being made and it's something new for the entirety. Although timelines are a part, but the priority in the view is not the timeline. It is for anyone to see the flow of the project, how it will go. That's how we use Kanban. Aparna and Digvijay, just keep those questions handy. I'll get back to that. Okay. If you're clear with this Kanban, type yes in the chat box now, learners. Because Scrum you'll use more often. Kanban, yes, it could be a possibility, but that's a brief description that we can have about Kanban. Hurry up, learners. Type yes in the chat box when we don't prioritize in the view our timelines, when we prioritize to see the project as a flow, so that when we present this project to someone, the view does not determine focus on timelines. The view determines focus specifically on how the project is going to get executed. When the view is that, we prefer Kanban board. Supriya, I'll come to Confluence also. See, learners, all of these terms, I know you've seen it, but just keep them handy, okay? Because yes, it's kind of a dashboard view, Digvijay, you are right. Okay, visual data. Okay. Now, any questions on these two? Because these two are the most commonly used aspects over here, Kanban and Scrum. Extreme programming, scaled, crystal, lean. We don't have too many examples to discuss about them because I personally have not seen them happening, but they're just over here for your knowledge to be aware. If your learners clear, you were able to log into Jira, you were able to understand these two things, just quickly type yes in the chat box and I'll take a moment's pause for everyone to relax, because we went to a different tool, we played around, we understood two different frameworks where they are used. Hurry up, just keep dropping me yes in the chat box so that I know. Madhuri, learners, all of these questions, Confluence, user story, what is feature being lower level, keep this with you. I'll tell you why. There is a reason why I'm not taking up them now. Okay, so just keep them handy and keep typing yes if you're with me till now. Okay, because now we'll be seeing over here Scrum. Learners, we saw what is sprint. Over here we discussed about daily stand-up. I'll give you a moment's time, read this, then we can get in a discussion. Okay, hurry up, I'll give you a moment's time. Read this and then we'll see if anyone has any questions on this. Do you see the word over here, backlog, learners? Can you see the word backlog? I've highlighted over here.
Yes.
So I'll tell you what exactly this backlog is also. There are few things we'll keep in the last of the session. One is two learners had a doubts regarding access to Jira. Then there were, what do you say, some learners who had doubts pertaining to epic, user stories, and feature, right? So we'll keep those doubts towards the last of the session. Learners, whenever you are developing, over here it says, no, building an e-commerce site. Whenever you're building something new, you will definitely have, do you agree, you can have 100 ideas on any new product? Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? 100 ideas, very common to get on any random product idea. All of these are present in your backlogs. Remember, on the Jira board, I asked you to click on the backlog, yes or no? So that backlog over here mentions all the requirements that client has, anything and everything. From these 100, you shortlist and say, okay, let's work on 5 first, let's work on 10 next, 5 next, so on and so forth. That's the reason the word backlog comes over here. All right. Have a look at this Kanban. It's a visual workflow management method by tracking tasks as they move through different stages. Over here, as you can see, they are not worried more about the timelines. They are more worried about the visual view on how this entire project would look like. Learners, next what we have is something that, not commonly used, but it's called extreme programming. I'll give you one very simple example. Today, let's say we have Nikhil. Nikhil, you there on the call? So Nikhil has, let's say, very limited budget in developing his own social networking platform. Okay, Nikhil.
Yes.
All right. Now, Nikhil says, since I've got less budget, so he hires someone called Supriya, and he says, Supriya, since we are, let's say, developing this new thing, I want it to be developed really fast because I can't keep spending money for long. Okay, all right, great. So now what? Supriya says, I got it. So what I'll do is, whenever I'll write something, let's say I develop a new feature, side by side, I'll also develop ways in which this feature can be broken. In simple words, how to test it. So if I write a login feature, I will also write a test case on how this login feature can fail. So side by side I am making, side by side I am testing. Therefore, by the end of the development cycle, I don't need to spend my time in testing. I'm doing both of the things simultaneously. Nikhil says this approach works very well. Please do. This is what you call extreme programming, wherein you have, see, iterative releases or continuous integration are common all across. What is over here is test driven development. That means you start developing test cases side by side so that at the end you don't have to waste time for your testing. Very simple difference from others. You focus testing on side by side. If you're clear with this, learners, just type XP in the chat box, which is your extreme programming. All right, hurry up, hurry up. There's another aspect to this, learners. This happens now in a very peculiar scenario. Listen to this, okay? Listen to this. Blinkit, learners, suddenly feels that, let's say, now it's publicly listed, of course. Blinkit feels that, we are facing loss of revenue. Okay. And moreover, the management is pressurizing to move towards profitability. Okay. This is where the BA is informed there is a budget cut. Okay. So, whatever you think as most important, only do that. So, let's say we have Bhuvi or Avi who was working as a BA. They were working on two areas. One was the entire revamp of UI UX of the app so that the app looks much better, it looks beautiful, so on and so forth. And the other one was AI integration. Now, with this budget constraint, they decide, let's leave aside the AI part, let's focus on making the app better. So, when this comes in the picture, you focus on how to lean it. That means how to eliminate things that, as of now, can be postponed. So this is one scenario when you use lean concept more. If you're clear with this, learners, give me a quick heads up by typing lean in the chat box or typing done. Hurry up. I see someone had a question on extreme programming. I'm sorry, I just saw
Yeah,
it.
it's
So who's
me,
there?
Surya.
Aparna, over to you, please.
Yes. So yeah, when you
Yeah.
said the test driven, right? Both the
Yes.
development and testing would be
Yes.
happening
Yes. Yes.
parallelly. So you mean the testing would be happening for already the built part and the development continues for the new thing, or I just want to
Okay.
understand how
Okay.
in
Sure.
general.
Sure. Sure. So
Yeah.
let's. So how it works is, whenever you write or develop a feature, Aparna, the test cases are developed side by side. And if it's a very small nickel scenario as we're discussing, and if you are the developer, you would be doing both the things. So you will be creating something and you will be writing the test case side by side.
Hmm.
Till now, are you clear, Aparna? Till now.
Yes. Yes.
Now, since you have written the test case, okay, you will apply these test cases on the feature that you have just developed.
Mm-hmm.
Approve. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
approve. Go to the next feature, develop it, test cases, again test it. Now you have got a bigger platform to test, right, Aparna?
Mm-hmm.
Now approved, then go to the next one. So you're doing it side by side. And every time you're investing more time in testing so that you can rectify it in the very first place.
Okay. But the same thing we would be following up even in the Scrum as well,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So there's a highly there's what do you this is just kind of a market positioning apart. How would you like to position it? So as you saw, Kanban is also similar to lean only as to Scrum only. You're doing exactly the same thing, just the terminologies are different. So getting my point, Aparna? That more or
Mm-hmm.
less there is 90-95% overlap. It's just only the view that you are looking at. The view, what you are prioritizing. Because you see the principles of agile will remain safe. It will remain same, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Clear, Aparna?
Yep. I'm good.
The
Okay, now
test cases
learners.
will written by
Yes.
BA or developer.
No, you don't write test cases, Supriya.
Yeah.
Uh, There will be a separate team who will take care of it. You don't worry about the test cases. Up to the maximum, you got to review it. That we did this kind of a thing. Maybe you would be involved in user acceptance testing. You have developed something, Supriya. Now you would want the world to try it, so you would like to hand it over to few users, and then you're gonna take their feedback. This is the place you will be involved, Supriya. But technical test cases, you got nothing to do. Okay. Now, learners, just give me one moment because I believe it's 9:30 and now it's the right time. Any learner, can you just scroll up and copy paste? Savita, I'll just repeat in a moment. Okay, don't worry. Can you just copy paste the feedback form, please? I don't know why he shared it at 9 p.m. But any learner, if you can just scroll up and find the feedback form, please. Are you able to find any learner? If you could just copy paste it over here, that would really be helpful. Great. So, Supriya and learners, 1 minute, please complete the feedback. Then we'll get to Supriya's doubt on lean. Then we'll go to something called user stories. And after that, we'll go on to some kind of mappings and all, which you can use for visualization purpose. Okay. So that's how we'll face the remaining part of the session. Hurry up, learners. Take a minute, complete the feedback, please, so that we can continue. Okay. All right. I think we've done enough. So lean, Savita, over here means when working as a BA, you realize one thing that, instead of 7 or 8 features that I was supposed to work on, because of budget constraints now, I can work only on 2. Therefore, I need to eliminate remaining 5. That's when you adopt something called as lean methodology by eliminating any of those things that are not needed at that moment. All right, Savita, does that make sense? All right. Now, learners, there are a few more. Let's say 2 more things over here. Let's say we have State Bank of India, huge. What do you say? A huge tech team. Moreover, team within a team, right? There are smaller teams working, and you need some kind of standardization across these. Some may be working on Scrum, some may be using Kanban board, and now all of them, they're working on, let's say, the final deliverable. Let's say the product is the Yono app that we see. So in this kind of a scenario, when you are planning to deploy the agile methodologies across all teams, that means at an enterprise level, that's when you use scaled agile framework. It's a, what do you say, a little complex related part on how do you deploy it, because it requires some kind of a release, train engineer, so on and so forth. As of now, for the learning purpose, just keep in mind it's an enterprise level, what do you say, agile deployment, wherein you have to bring some standardization across all teams who are working in their own agile sub teams. This is where you come up with your scaled agile framework. All right, learners, if clear, just quickly type yes. And again, hardly seen anywhere being used, but since it's there, so we'll just take a minute to understand what this is. Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds, learners. Read this, then we'll come back. See, it's again, they've just come up with a new term for it, because face to face communication, interactions, lightweight documentation, all of this are a part of agile by itself. So there's
But
what do you
so
say,
they are
nothing.
people management, no? They are not something. It's like a people management, right? Like a one-to-one documents.
Okay, I get your point. You mean to say that documents, and you're saying one to one people management, right? So
Yeah,
you
like
think,
every month we have it with our managers.
uh-huh.
They give you the feedback in
Yes,
one-on-ones, like
yes,
one-on-ones
yes,
kind of
yeah.
thingy.
Correct, correct.
This is more towards the people, not towards the tools. Is that right?
Okay, you could consider, learners, Tina has highlighted, you could consider it more of soft skills or more of people to people interaction based. That's the reason they are marketing it as Tina mentioned, that it focuses more on people to people interactions. So this is one way you can consider Crystal, but I personally have never seen any team implement Crystal, that will implement Crystal framework. So just in case you happen to be in that scenario, so just keep these things in mind of more of face to face or people interaction. So that's the maximum that you can cover over here. Now, quick question. In this scenario, where were we? Yes. Consider this. What I've highlighted. It says a fintech startup, uses Scrum for 2 week sprint, reliable. Tell me one thing. For a very small organization or fintech related startup, would you use something called as scaled agile framework? Yes or no?
No.
No. What could be your probable
Lean
usage of lean? Okay, you could use lean when you have budget constraint. Great.
or
What else?
Kanban.
Kanban or Scrum you could use. So you'll
Scrum,
not use
Scrum.
safe, right? So this was a few examples that we wanted to run. Now we'll come to something known as user stories and BA's role in an agile team. Okay, before we discuss, sorry, just give me a moment. Any questions anyone has till now? If yes, you are more than welcome to ask. We'll take a moment's pause to discuss any questions anyone has till now with whatever we have discussed. Go ahead, you can ask right now. For the Jira part and the other questions that I asked you, we'll take towards the end of the session. We'll keep it towards the end. But till now, anyone has any questions, you can ask right away, because
Sir,
we
I
covered.
may sound
Yeah,
very
Tina,
stupid, but I don't want
go
to
ahead,
hold
Tina.
my question. Okay.
Go ahead,
So,
go
sir,
ahead, go ahead.
see, we have completed our BA CBAP course, right?
Yes.
After the projects and everything. I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
understand, sir, because this is the AI, right? The product first thinking and the agile framework is telling us more about the agile methodology that we'll be using it as a BA. Is that right?
Correct.
This sessions will give me the entire tool techniques and the terminologies that I may use when I become a BA. Is that right?
You will use when you become
Yeah.
a BA. That's
So
right.
17th and 24th, we are covering the product first thinking and the agile
Yes.
framework.
Correct.
It is a
And then
methodology
yes, and then
and the
we'll be
tools.
covering a capstone. And then we'll be covering a capstone.
Yeah, that's correct. So it's like hands-on experience that we are giving for
Yes.
the agile.
Yes. So you could consider it a brainstorming, a hands-on experience for creating some kind of agile teams.
Okay, so sir, I wanted to understand
Mm-hmm.
uh, one thing that if they will ask a question.
Vasundhara, can you just go on mute?
So, sir, how would I use this in my future? Just because the tools that
Mm-hmm.
you're telling me I will be using on, is that right? Like a Jira that you explained.
Okay.
That
Now,
attributes.
great, great. So, Tina, you're discussing that, whatever discussions we have in the session today, you want to know more, or let's say you would like to know how exactly will this be useful when you go
Hanji.
ahead and maybe adapt a BA role? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, sir. Because this is we
Oh,
already doing as an operation manager also.
great. Now, learners, remember some things very clearly. This agile kind of a thing is not only used in tech, it is kind of a mentality which as you mentioned, it's used as an operations manager also. Therefore, learners, from the sessions that we'll be conducting together, you need the key takeaways that you should be taking is the way you are using your current experience. Most important, the way you are using your current experience in solving the cases or the real world examples that we are doing in the first scenario. Because nobody, I'll honestly tell you, nobody is gonna question the theoretical concepts. Let's say you're switching to a BA role or you're applying to a BA role. I think many of you in the initial form had also mentioned that, how do I transition to a BA career or how do I get entry to a BA career? That's the reason, many people have selected that option. Therefore, keep in mind the takeaways from the sessions that you have with me are first, whatever we learn together, be it Agile, be it Jira, are you able to use your brain in understanding those things and solving the real world examples that I come up with? That's your first takeaway. Because once you enter the procedure of getting a BA, nobody's going to ask you these questions. They're going to simply give you a scenario and then tell, as a BA, how would you take this challenge up? Remember, Tina, everyone, we discussed something related to target, yes or no? We
Yes,
discussed something
yes.
related to decathlon and we discussed 7 8 other examples,
IKEA,
right?
yes,
Like
yes.
the selection happens and the day to day activities happen exactly the way we discussed. You're given a scenario. I really don't care. You use Jira or you use XP or you use Scrum. That's for the least concern. The concern is, are you able to break down a problem in understanding why this exists, and are you able to create a solution to release it in phases? If you're able to do that, then you're good to go to enter this career. That's the reason whenever we discuss on these topics, we break it down all our discussions this way. However, there are certain knowledge about Jira tools, Epic, user stories that we're going to do now, and some of the what do you say, visual arts that we'll be making to help you, what do you say, get qualified for the interview. Because in your screening and all, certain tools like Jira and all are asked. So therefore, these tools act as a qualifying criteria, but your discussions on clearance and entering your BA career depends on how you're able to take these cases and problems, solve them as BAs. Have I somewhat answered your question? Because I would
It's
discuss more on
clear.
your clear. Learners, if you also had similar doubts pertaining to Tina, if you're clear, just give me a quick thumbs up, yes or no, because now I will share my screen and we'll go to not sharing my screen. Let's open Blinkit. We're discussing about Blinkit, no? Let's open Blinkit or let's open any other app. Do that, learners. Open Blinkit and maybe if you want, you can open WhatsApp, Blinkit, whatever. Just mention me in the chat box what product are you opening. I'll tell you why. Hurry up, hurry up. Just mention in the chat box what product are you opening. Are you opening Blinkit, WhatsApp, whatever you're opening? Hurry up, just mention that. WhatsApp. Others, you can open Instagram, you can open whatever you would like to do. Just keep mentioning it, okay? Look at the chat box. I'm sending something. User stories. First of all, they're independent, they're valuable, estimable, small, testable. This is your thought process once you create a very simple user story. First of all, it should not be long. Let's say it can be something which you can test it individually. I'll give you a moment, then we'll get in a small discussion round. After that, we will look at some of the, agile techniques. And here we go. Where do we have? Jira, we have covered. These issues we have taken care. And we'll go ahead with the modeling of the toolkits. Okay. So, till now, when we discuss about the user stories, any questions you would like to have, you're more than welcome to ask now. Now learners, forget what we learned about Jira. In Jira, we studied about stories and all. I want you to focus on one very simple aspect over here. And that is, have you heard by any chance something called this Ishikawa fishbone diagram,
Yes.
user map?
Cause and
Have you heard
effect.
of cause and effect? Have you heard of any of these things? Yes or no?
Yes,
The
yes.
fishbone diagram.
Okay, fishbone diagram. Anyone else would like to, remind any other similar tool that you would have come across?
Also scattered dot something, what's the diagram?
Okay, okay. Let me just share my screen and please let me recollect how many of you have heard or something of any of these.
Uh,
Here we go. How many of you have heard of, let's say, fishbone diagram?
Fishbone,
Yes or
yes.
no? Ishikawa
Yes.
fishbone diagram. You would have heard about user story map, use case diagram, data flow diagram,
Data flow.
feature tree. We'll look at all of these things. But again, learners, remember one thing in mind: these aspects or models are only there for your knowledge purpose. You may or may not implement all of these things that you are currently looking at. So why don't you read this? I'll give you 30 seconds, which is a very simple user story map, and I'll give you an example once you have read this. I'll give you 30 seconds, learners. Read this. Okay. Learners, now consider this scenario that your final goal over here is you need to detect the correct location of the user for order delivery. This is your final goal. Now, to achieve that final goal, you should be able to auto detect, let's say where the user is right now, which is say the detect your location feature. After that, the user can enter their complete address manually. That's how the, what do you say, selection of order delivery or location works. The user story for this can be, as a user, I should be able to change the location where I would like my order to be delivered. This is what you get in a user story map: the final goal, the task that have to be done, and to complete the task, what user should be able to do. For example, change the address location, manually select the location. Let's say, disable the feature of selecting your location and then enter manually, something like that. So this is what you get in a user story map in the breakdown manner. Any questions on this anyone has? You're more than happy to ask. Then we'll go to the use case diagram, because after this we have covered, I think, 3 or 4 models. We'll be having a good 5 minutes, 10 minutes only question answer round. Okay, wherein whatever questions were left earlier, those we can take it up, and maybe the session may get extended by 5-7 minutes, because explaining you concepts of other things without hands on would not have added much value. That's the reason I spent some extra time on Jira. Okay, I hope you all are clear with the user story map, learners. If yes, have a look at this use case diagram. Then let me give you a scenario where this will be useful. Now, learners, hold on for a moment. Okay. Have you heard of this word called accountability? Yes or no? Quite common.
Yes.
Therefore, a use case diagram, learners, helps you identify who is accountable for what. Let's say you have a checkout feature. All right. Now, definitely, it is being developed by some developers. Let's say 2 developers are working on it. Okay. A use case diagram helps you identify that when a customer enters your system, this is your system. When the user enters your system, let's say he gets in the login part. Once the login starts, who is responsible for the login authentication and granting access? So you see, this is where the accountability comes in. Great. After login, maybe what can a user do? View items. Great. Now again, for viewing items, do we need authentication? Yes, the user has signed in first, so authentication is needed. Great. What else we have got? You need to have a verification that the user was the one, maybe ID, password, or OTP. Then the user goes to the checkout process. The checkout process, as you know, again will come to a different team who could be maybe integrating Razor Pay or PayU or something, some kind of an external party. In this diagram, you identify who is responsible for what from the moment the customer enters your system. That's a very simple explanation of use case diagram. Hey Alexa, order, let's say, a book called Start with Why at my home address, pay using Amazon Pay. How many steps? How many steps, learners, in this?
One step.
One. Therefore, you identify where all you have inefficiencies. And once you have identified those inefficiencies, well and good, well done. See how they can be eliminated. And once you have done that, congratulations, you have a better customer experience at hand. Learners, let's say you log into Blinkit. You log in using, let's say, we are looking at login is done using OTP as an example. Okay. It can also be done using Gmail. All right. Then similarly, checkout can be done using credit card, and checkout can be done using Amazon Pay. Checkout can also be done, let's say, cash on delivery. Also, for checkout or for, let's say, add to cart over here, you have some kind of an address that this is where you will be getting your food, getting your order delivered. My question is, learners, once you log into Blinkit, do you find your address or your saved addresses readily available to you? Yes or no? Let's say today you
Yes.
take, it's saved, right? Similarly, you will also have your saved credit cards with you. Yes or no? So that you don't need to go
Yes.
through the process of entering. So do you agree that login OTP is actually connected to your credit card and is connected to your address? Yes or no? So this kind of a visual explanation, learners, you get using feature tree. That when you are developing separate features, still there exists some kind of an interconnectivity. In order to identify this, that's when you use a feature tree.
So,
All
sir, should
right.
I say one thing?
Yep.
When we were
Hmm.
using the WhatsApp, there was no 2 a.m., they were doing the maintenance. So, this maintenance is a part of the feature tree. Is that right?
Now, once you are doing something like a maintenance, that comes in such a way that stops your entire portal. Is that because we are not able to use WhatsApp, right, Tina?
Yes, you're right, sir. 2 a.m., we are not
Now,
able to use it.
so now what happens is they would have identified these some kind of interdependencies. Yes or no? Usually it
Yes.
happens in our banking apps also. We get a message that 2 a.m. you will not be able to do any transactions, right? What happens is they start identifying these interdependencies and see where they are failing, and they start developing solutions for that. Okay, remember this. That means that developers are working on the solutioning part, that how do you solve this problem. At 2 a.m. they deploy it. So when this deployment happens, usually there are multiple scenarios wherein the site crashes or the data gets lost, so on and so forth. That's the reason they stop the product for 2 hours, wherein they can complete their deployment. They don't work these 2 hours for these issues. They've already worked. Now they are going towards the deployment part. That's the reason you can't use them. Make sense, Tina?
Yes, sir.
Okay, learners, last one. Then we'll spend another 5-10 minutes in the final question answers. Read the fishbone diagram. It's also called the Ishikawa fishbone diagram. So read this. Hurry up. Remember, learners, when we started the session, we had something called a high churn rate of 40%. Do you agree, learners? Yes or no?
Yes.
Then you identified certain root causes that the pricing was not good, this was not good, this was not good, so on and so forth. So this over here comes what exactly is the problem, then what exactly is causing this problem. So let's say you have got high churn rate. What are the causes that are leading to it? For example, one more reason is, let's say, high pricing. So why do you have high pricing? Because cost of procurement is high. Second, you're not buying at bulk or you're not buying at scale. Therefore, you need to charge high price. That's what you get from a Ishikawa fishbone diagram. That what are your problems and what are the root causes behind those problems. Why it failed. Alright. Just answer these two questions with as many points as possible. I'll give you 1 minute to work on these 2 points, keeping BlackBerry in mind. Alright, learners, just figure out 30 seconds what was BlackBerry good at. Maybe you would have used it, maybe you would have seen it. It's fine. Based on whatever you can recollect. Please don't use ChatGPT for this. Alright. So, what was BlackBerry good at it? And most importantly, tell me why you think BlackBerry failed. Got 45 seconds more, learners.
I mean, you want to tell us on our own experience?
Yes,
Yeah,
Imran. Based on,
because of their keypad and because of their
it's fine,
brand.
it's fine. You can keep writing those points. We'll get in a
Okay.
discussion in 30 seconds, okay? So that everyone can speak at once then, okay? So take 30 more seconds to get these two aspects completed. Thank you, Lever. We'll wait for everyone to come up to speed and then we'll start. Okay, here we go, learners. Who would like to start the show today? Let's say who would like to begin with what was BlackBerry good at? Go ahead. Everyone, you're allowed to speak.
I think very user friendly it was, sir.
User friendly. So it was very user friendly. That's the reason it worked well. Thanks, Tina. Next learner, who would like to go in?
So they
Vishal.
used to so they used to have their own cult, like the BlackBerry Messenger. So,
excellent. So BBM worked very well, right?
Just to add, it
Thank you,
carried
Vishal.
just to add, it
Brand,
carried
okay.
the brand
So
value. Yeah.
brand value, okay. Good. What else? Thanks, Megha.
The
Go ahead.
versioning of the BlackBerry.
Say it again, Aparna.
The versions of the BlackBerry. That would be that was the latest versions at that time we used to have it.
Excellent. So you mean to say they kept on upgrading with their versions, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Next. Go ahead.
A brand that always felt like professionals would use, like the first time we
Excellent.
felt.
Yeah, so they had a very good market positioning, right? That this is going to be used by professionals. That's right. Good, Madhuri. Go ahead.
Security, I think so. Security wise,
Security. Okay. Security features. Good.
Good battery life.
Excellent, Momita. So the product was good. Everyone agrees. Yes or no, learners?
yes.
Now, based on whatever we have discussed, I think it was a very good product. Cool. Now, if it was a very good product, go ahead and now start telling what went wrong. Go ahead. Anyone can speak now.
I think they fail to understand what exactly the user need as per the market. So
You can go after Momita.
evolving was missing. Sorry.
Okay, so I heard your point. It's okay. So they couldn't evolve with the user requirements as they were changing. That's right, Tina?
Yeah. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
So we'll go to Momita now. Momita?
Customers they were expecting touchscreen experiences which BlackBerry could not provide. So because of that, they lose their customer
Excellent.
market.
So the touchscreen was they failed to update the market
Yes.
change. Okay,
Yes.
good. They couldn't adapt with market changes. Good. What else? Go ahead. Vishal, would you like to add?
Yeah, I think that limited applications.
Limited applications. Excellent. Because it was since more of a hardware driven, therefore it did not have too many applications as Android and iOS had started offering an ecosystem. Good, Vishal. One more learner I heard along with Vishal. Who was that? You can speak now. Okay. Any other learner would like to add on? I think this is the reason why it failed.
Sir,
Yes, Joan, go ahead.
I was thinking that the BlackBerry didn't did a proper research on the product and the users
Okay,
go,
good. That means
going
they failed
forward.
on the market research part, right?
Yeah.
Where the market was headed and what could be the, as people, other learners also mentioned, what could be the further requirements like touchscreen, more applications depending on the user requirements. All right, Johan, good, good. Learners, anyone else has got any other
Pricing.
point to add? Yeah, Aparna, over to you.
Pricing. The
What was wrong with the pricing?
the cost.
Okay, so you mean to say it was unnecessarily expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So I think the aesthetics, they fail the aesthetics also. Like if you see right now,
okay,
two cameras, three cameras people are doing.
okay. All right, all right, all right. Now, learners, I hope you all agree that when BlackBerry in 2009 was at its peak, the product was no doubt an excellent product. Do you agree, yes or no?
Yes.
2009, excellent product to work with, right? However, the same product had to undergo this level of failure when we saw what happened in the year by the year 2016. Now, my next question for you all is: it's 2009, all right? You all work as a business analyst at BlackBerry, and you are very happy with the way things are going. However, you see a new change, notice a new change in the form of iPhone, which is more of touchscreen. Google is launching its own ecosystem of Android, which is of course let's say covering multiple applications. You have now noticed this change to enter the market. Okay, it's not as common as it is today. Keep that in mind. All right, and you don't have a magic wand that can tell you what will happen after 5 years. Cool. You've noticed this. You've noticed this change. I'll give you 1 minute time to think. All right, you can jot down your points and then everyone will speak. Please suggest what would have been your action points as a BA when you noticed this change coming in the market. Okay, you've just seen these products entering the market. You've seen iPhone entering with an ecosystem. You've seen Google Android entering with an ecosystem. Everything is going towards touchscreen. This is just, it's a new product introduced in the market. Cool. Here we go, learners. Let's say now you are the BA and you have noticed this change. All right, please tell me what would your response be. Anyone can go.
So we will inform our stakeholders or a
Okay,
stakeholder management that there is a change that is happening, and there's a XYZ making this changes, or they're launching new product where the customers
excellent.
can be attracted.
Okay, now
So
you
I
got to
think the
begin with your
warning.
communication.
What I will do a research on the
Good,
products that the research that the new products that was implemented. Then I would do, as the person said, a meeting with the stakeholders. But before I do the meeting with stakeholders, I will probably do a survey, bringing some young people to see exactly what is it they're asking for and how the BlackBerry could be improved. Then I would do a meeting with the stakeholders, telling them
good.
the way going forward.
Got it. Got it. So John is saying that, what I'll do is I'll first conduct a quick market research or survey kind of a thing. Based on the feedback that I'm getting, I would quickly communicate it with the stakeholders who could be, let's say, the real decision makers, that this change is being witnessed in the market. Please, we need to move in this direction. That's what you're hinting at, Johan, right? And I think that's what Tina also spoke. Correct. Any other learner got any point? Good.
Maybe related to John's one, but the gaps, whatever are there with the latest requirements or the
Good.
user requirements and all.
Good. So let's say the gaps that we have, how the current product line can be improvised to remove those gaps. That's right, Aparna? In terms
So,
of, let's say, loss of users, in terms of loss of revenue. Good. John, over to you, please.
A question. In this case,
Yes.
would you prepare a current state? I would say map, a current state map. Where the issues occurring. What is it exactly? What is going on with the product, and then develop a future state going forward? Would you do that?
Good. So John is asking that should we be creating a future state? In this way, we tell that once we have taken care of these gaps, product differentiation, we would be able to close what the competitors are now getting in. That's right, John. So creation of a future state helps understand better what we are
Yeah.
looking at to offer in the coming years. That's right. Now,
Yes.
in this scenario, once you give a future state, learners, what essentially happens is you begin with this, that according to the research, we have identified that their product has these kind of better differentiation as compared to us. We currently have these gaps prevailing, which will lead to this much impact in our daily operations. However, if we continue with the change that we are suggesting, the future state is going to look like this, with narrowing impact, with equal product capabilities, and of course, this communication now carries better weightage, because now you have completed the entire picture that this is how things are gonna work. So learners, do you agree that this should be the ideal way to go about when you are seeing an incoming threat, or when as a BA you see a new technology entering the market? Yes or no, learners? Go on, give me a quick thumbs up. Yes, no. Go ahead, tell me yes, no. Any questions, any suggestions anyone else has? You can speak now. Quickly type yes so that I know how many of us are up to speed. Thanks, Pravina. All right, learners, hurry up, because your responses will allow me to control my speed. All right, Mamita, Savita, Pravina. Okay, this was a very small discussion on BlackBerry, which you suggested that this is how the current situation could have been avoided. One more thing that that helps you do a better market research can be, maybe BlackBerry would have created a very small, with a minimum investment, a very small working prototype. Do you agree? Of their own version of a touchscreen phone, and then showed it. This is the competition that we have. This is the product that we have made that can solve and compete with the market. So now the decision makers can see, okay, this product is good enough to enter the market in the first place, and it meets the requirements that users are having now, because now the users requirement have changed. They don't want a very strong phone. They don't want a touchpad. They want a touch screen. They want an access to multiple applications. Therefore, BlackBerry says, this is the prototype that we wish to launch in the market. Therefore, learners, that's what we'll be doing. We'll be focusing more on, when we are seeing an incoming threat, different ways we avert them, and moreover, how developing these prototypes can help in decision making better. All right. Based on this small discussion, have a look at this. I'll give you 30 seconds to read. This is what we'll be covering today, and I'll be focusing as much as possible to cover these two aspects more, because these are more hands on, they are more credible, and this is what will carry maximum weightage as a business analyst. If you're able to show some working prototypes of how these changes will look like, then you don't need to care about the big documents and your canvases and all. Read this first, then I'll take a small brief on this. Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds. Thanks, Lokesh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, now learners, have a look at these 4 points quick. All right, it says design user centered and outcome driven solutions. We'll be discussing with some case studies. To be experience maps, to rename ideal impactful areas of innovation, we'll discuss. But these maps, business model canvas, all of these things Chat GPT can do it better than any of us. All we need to do is we need to just push our ideas to these AI tools, and they will help us make these things better. We don't need to type and create these documents from scratch. All right, when we come to the last part, which is proof of concept and prototyping. Proof of concept, we'll discuss some examples. Prototyping, learners, I'll make you use some AI tools today. One tool is Replit. I'll make you use Replit to create your own applications, which you will be in the session today be able to see on your mobile phone. So you will be taking an iOS or an Android app today by the end of the session. All right, this will be a part of the hands-on experience that we'll be doing. That's how we have framed the session. Are you good with this? Just give me a quick thumbs up so that I can now continue. Hurry up, come on, give me a quick thumbs up, yes, no, and then we'll start. Okay, all right, now learners, I'll give you one more minute. What you need to do is you need to write down this word at the center of your page and now start answering on the paper itself. What all things come to your mind when you think about Yahoo? For example, I remember Yahoo had a messenger. Do you remember, learners?
Yes.
It had a mail option, right? I'll give you, let's say, a minute's time. Just write down whatever features you remember about Yahoo, why you used to use Yahoo in the first place, what all things you used to love about Yahoo. Just do that. I'll give you maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds more. All right, keep doing that. And let's start, learners. Go ahead. Anyone can speak. What all things come to your mind when you discuss about, when you hear about Yahoo? So messengers, we have got Yahoo News, great. We have got advertisements,
Chats,
chats, good.
sports,
Yeah, Yahoo chat.
sending pics, sports
Pictures, okay. Sports, good.
documents, any.
Go ahead, go ahead. Anyone would use Yahoo
It
for
would
search? Does anyone remember using Yahoo for search?
search what?
Okay. Anything as you Google things, you used to Google
Yes.
things. So let's say
Yes,
some
we
people
have.
would use it for searching as well. Okay. Anyone else got any other point? Okay.
Like the first one,
Learners.
had like a
Yeah, yeah,
homepage,
Margaret.
like a
Yes.
collection. I could read news, I could read sports. Like my first vision of having a mail, chat, everything all in one together was
Great. So
maybe Yahoo.
homepage well laid out. All right. My question over here is, learners, when we had an amazing product like Yahoo, do you remember, learners, something called Orkut that would exist long time back?
Yes.
Yes. These products existed. They had a very good user base and people were active. However, let's look over here. Let's look over here. It says, what all Yahoo activities did. They acquired certain products like Tumblr without aligning them to unified vision. Okay. They prioritize ads and quick wins over user needs and long term value. Its core search ability, they outsourced it and they lost control of their key product. Okay. And, they failed to have this product ecosystem that would. Can anyone tell me any company you are aware which has got an amazing ecosystem where all the products
Google,
align? Tina,
Google,
yes? Google.
Google.
Excellent. Excellent. So Google offers you an amazing, meaningful product ecosystem, aligning your Android with photos, with email, Google Meet, even your Gemini or your browser search. Okay. Look over here that they decided to, as it is mentioned, first thing is outsourcing. Then they mentioned that they couldn't create this product ecosystem. They also said that certain acquisitions failed. Okay. My question for you is, this is what you need to do, learners. You've read what Yahoo did and maybe it shouldn't have done that. You got 30 seconds. Let's discuss over here. I'll give you 30 seconds, and after 30 seconds, you will tell me what kind of an ecosystem could Yahoo would have created that would have enabled users to have some kind of an alignment across all its product, just as Google, Microsoft have been able to do that today. Microsoft for its Office suite, of course, and Google for Gmail and a very simple Google account that we use everywhere today. Okay, so I'll give you 30 seconds. Think about what kind of an ecosystem could have could Yahoo have created that time? All right. Then we'll see and analyze how could we have corrected what Yahoo did. Once you have
Like
done the
all at
ecosystem
one
part,
place,
yes,
all
Aparna, let's hear it
systems.
from you.
Yeah, all systems at one place, like how we see it, right? In Google, I see G Drive, photos, everything at one place. I have that option to see now.
All right. So on your laptop, you just complete your Google sign in and everything you will be able to access. Is that right? That's right. In fact, now
Yes.
they have even expanded their Chrome as a separate ecosystem by launching their own operating system. So you have got Chromebooks today just by one Google sign in. Even the operating system is now customized according to your Gmail ID. So yes, they've created an ecosystem and they've been able to scale it well. Good. Next learner.
Security and the data storage.
Great. So you mean to say something pertaining to data storage and security, they could have done it better. Okay. Maybe they could have done something similar to what Amazon is doing, or maybe that time Amazon did, because roughly that was the time when Amazon Web Services was also launched, wherein they outsourced their server capacity for everyone to use. If they couldn't get in the B2C market as it is happening, as it happened with Google, maybe they could have tried offering some kind of cloud services like Amazon. Okay, good. What else? Good. Anyone else has got any other point on this? Excellent. So they're saying that, some kind of a linkage with your data storage along with your social media platform. Okay. Any other learner got any other point on creation of an ecosystem for Yahoo?
The innovation pace was slow than the other competitors in the market.
Okay. So they failed to innovate. They rather thought, let's go ahead with acquisition, and those acquisitions can compensate for the lack of innovation that we are doing. Right, Mamata? They acquired 2 or 3 products, but unfortunately that didn't work out. Okay. Anyone else got any other idea for creation of an ecosystem? How maybe Yahoo could have created a better ecosystem? Maybe you can compare it with the products that we use in the world today. Apart from Google, Google and Microsoft, Apple, someone has mentioned, has got a good ecosystem. Good. Anyone else? Okay. Now, learners, you have a very simple view that this is the ecosystem that our friend Yahoo failed to create. Okay. Now, in today's place, because Yahoo is not there. Okay. Now, in today's place, if I give you an example of a very simple, daily usage product today, I hope everyone uses this. Yes or no? Yes or no, learners, right? Very common. My question is, it has got ample supply of funds, excellent user base, which is, of course, backed by a huge investment in AI, especially in data centers and creating this kind of a, what do you say, a backend support for all the prompts. Apart from this, they're now entering something called an IT services industry as well. If you were to look at ChatGPT from acquisition point of perspective, that these are the products or companies in the market that ChatGPT can look for acquisition, that would align ChatGPT with its goal of something related to, let's say, Gen AI across different areas. I'll give you 20 seconds to think what all companies or products can ChatGPT think of acquiring. You don't need to limit yourself to similar tech products. Maybe you can say that it can acquire something called Lovable or Replit or these kind of things. You can think of these answers, of course, but think of certain answers which have a very different way of thinking. For example, you thought that maybe ChatGPT can buy Tesla, because that would be, if it works out, that would be a real world implementation of Gen AI in autonomous vehicles, and that is an emerging market. Go ahead. I would be more than happy to look at your different answers. I'll give you 30 seconds to think, learners. Okay. After that, we'll start. Because in this session, our focus would be as a BA, if we are seeing some of the mistakes that were done in the past, considering the situation today, how we can do it in a better way. And let's start, learners. Who would like to go in first for an acquisition coming in from
Microsoft.
ChatGPT? Okay, so someone said acquiring Microsoft. Why? Excellent. So across the entire ecosystem of Microsoft, ChatGPT can act like an agent wherein anyone and everyone can traverse through all Microsoft products irrespective of any tech background, or maybe you've got knowledge about database. Yes, no, doesn't matter. You can traverse through Azure with ChatGPT. You can traverse through very simple products like PowerPoint with ChatGPT. Okay, good. Next learner,
Google.
Google. Why? So yes, ChatGPT can gain a lot from that ecosystem because now the models can be trained even in a better way because now you have infinite data available. Okay, good. Any other learner?
Maybe
Go ahead,
Amazon.
Madhuri. So Madhuri says Amazon. Why?
Like one from the shopping perspective, I think Amazon already does like the personalization and everything. But using ChatGPT, it can also recommend better. It has like all of that data already required in the backend.
Okay,
The other
okay,
thing is something like an Alexa. Like
good.
it's a home assistant. But then that ambient listening is something that ChatGPT maybe does not have access to yet.
Okay,
So if you
okay.
could combine like the hardware or like the front end of it with
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT's backend,
Mm-hmm.
would it become like the that one company that has all the data?
Got it. Got it.
Amazon Plus, yeah.
Good. So good focus that we're giving more and more access to data. That is of course leading it to making it a better product. Good. Next learner, got any other point on further acquisitions by ChatGPT?
Yeah,
Imran.
yeah, yeah. In the aviation industry, why? Because it's the
Good.
future. Aviation and robotics.
Why?
I think aviation is the biggest sector, and due to the, I mean, this mismatches happening, the accidents, everything, we can use the chat GPT and the AI technology there.
Good. So let's say, especially in analyzing what could have
Yeah.
been the reason behind crash.
Yes.
Therefore,
Yes.
this aspect of Gen AI can help us reduce these kind of incidents. And when it comes to robotics, obviously Gen AI can make robotics more accessible
Yes.
because now it
Exactly.
becomes more of conversational, similar to
And
what someone mentioned regarding Alexa. Good. Any other point? Any other learner would like to pitch in? Go ahead. Any other point we are looking at? Anyone can speak. Yes, Pavan.
it could be weather forecasting.
Weather forecasting. So let's say something pertaining to, let's say, information on weather. Why?
See, nowadays most of the people will focus traveling based on the weather or whatever the things that they can.
Okay.
Uh, and so using ChatGPT, it can further break down, like let's say if there is a lot of cold or if there is a lot of rain, so they are well prepared. So it can help both travel as well as weather.
Okay. It can even help in the prediction part.
Yep.
Apart from the current weather details, even the prediction can get better. Great. Now, learners, you see that these acquisitions definitely would be capital intensive, but if they work out, they have a huge scope of getting things better. Similarly, maybe Yahoo would have tried them, but unfortunately it couldn't work out. My next concern over here, before we go ahead and what is product thinking and all, because these two case studies would cover 90% of the pointers and theory that we'll be seeing. Okay. My last concern over here is, learners, any thoughts any learner has on this? What should be outsourced and what should be not outsourced? What should be kept in house? Let's say you are BA, you're the business analyst, and there's some complex development involved. For that, of course, you need more hands. And seeing the complexity, it is, what do you say, capital intensive. However, a very simple answer comes up that why don't you outsource it if you require it for a very short duration? But your concern is that if we outsource the very core feature of a product, which is development, then we lose access. And this may lead to, more and more competitors gaining the lost ground. So over to you. I'll not give you any time to think now. Tell me, when as a BA you feel that this particular aspect should be outsourced, or this particular aspect should be kept in house. Go ahead.
What I
Outsource
think
means
is that
yes, Pavan. Go ahead.
so what I think is like if you're making any kind of a small testing, like any upgrading features and all that can be like
Good.
outsourced. But the core testing or the core development should be with us. For example, if the company's product is into, let's say, build a fintech, so their focus should
Okay.
be on fintech rather than giving the entire fintech core model or the business.
Got it. So let's say if Pavan is saying that your Paytm, right? So it's
Right.
good that you keep your fintech related aspects or development with you, marketplace aspect with you for a loan. However, when it comes to something related to HR tools, so then go and look for tools that are already available in the market and adopt them as it is, and hire a separate team that takes care of all your operations or ticket raising kind of, what do you say, activities, so that you can invest more and more your resources on the fintech related aspect, right, Pavan?
Yep.
Okay, good. So someone has said that do not outsource the product, but some of application. Vinay, can you elaborate more on this? Okay, I don't think Vinay can hear us. Next learner, what should be outsourced and what should be not?
Yeah, I'm Vinay here.
Yeah.
Yeah, application we can outsource, like we can give to service industry and we can get it done. But product, and recently in my company also we resourced for product as well, and
Vinay, I
after
lost you. Vinay, I
service
lost your voice.
over
I
there.
lost your voice. Say it again. Say it again. But I got your point. You're saying that some operational related applications definitely will be better if we outsource rather than we develop in house, because these outsource
Yep.
application already have a well established service network, and we don't need to train our own employees and waste our resources in this is something that is more cost effective and which is not available as our expertise. Okay, good. Next learner who'd like to pitch in.
Yeah.
Outsource.
In most cases, marketing.
Excellent. So let's say you are a tech-based firm. You've got no idea about these social media marketing or SEOs or something. You go ahead and you say that, okay, we'll hire a marketing agency who can get it done. One more thing, what is, as Anika already mentioned, is that when these fairs and booths are being set up, so companies don't, they don't have an in-house creation of a booth or something. Obviously, it is outsourced to someone who will take care of creation of these booths, putting some people, students over there, hiring some part-time employees who can you can just take care of people entering the booth, noting down their details, and then handing it over to someone who is already working over there. So these kind of activities, again, they're outsourced. Go ahead, any one or two more suggestions. Operations, good. So anything that pertains to operational, obviously it can be outsourced. Great. My question, last question over here for outsourcing everyone is, let's say today, Anika, you are a developer. All right, Anika. However, you are a real estate developer. Okay, Anika.
Hmm.
Consider DLF or Lodha Group or so on and so forth. Okay. What you do is you have a huge project. It's a residential project, or maybe you're building a new mall. You're given two options. One, you construct on your own, and the other one, you hire a company like L&T, Shaponji Palonji, Kalpatru developers. You outsource it to them. If you outsource it to them, they are best in class developers. You can charge a premium. However, it's expensive. However, if you make it on your own, you still can get it done. But my question is, what should be the ideal way in this scenario? Go ahead. Should it get outsourced? In this scenario, what should be the ideal way? Go ahead.
I think firstly we'll need to decide who our customers are.
Okay.
Would they be ready to pay a premium for?
Okay, great. That's good. So now you're saying that, first analyze whether your customers are ready to pay a premium. And if they're ready to pay a premium, then go for this, right?
Right, and also how much of expertise do we have Uh,
Okay.
and then compare.
Then compare. Great. Anyone else has got any other logical reasoning for this?
I'm not sure if it makes sense, but I want to check. Like these days, is outsourcing done more like a delegation, wherein can I control the design, the requirements, how it should be done? But
Mm-hmm.
let's say from technology perspective, I'm thinking, for example, there's a technology company which I cannot
Mm-hmm.
build it in house even in the next 2 years. So I
Mm-hmm.
want that, for example, like an ambient listening solution. I want that
Okay.
expertise, but I will drive what's my requirements. The
Got it.
data doesn't
Got
get
it.
stored on their side. So
Got it. Got it. So now, learners, this is something you do outsource it, but you outsource it in such a way that the control will always remain in your hands. Right, Madhuri?
correct, yeah.
All right, learners. This is where we complete these two questions, and I'll give you 10 seconds to read this. It says product thinking means putting user first, and why the product is needed, who's it for, what problem it solves. Hurry up. Once you have read this and you have understood the two or three stories that we have discussed, why don't you simply just put a yes in the chat box? Hurry up, learners, just put a yes in the chat box. That's Riyanch. I now understand the three stories, the Yahoo, BlackBerry, the outsourcing one that we talked about, and I've read this. Okay. I'll not elaborate more on the theory, but when we discuss about user first over here, learners, we see BlackBerry failed because they couldn't understand what is user expecting tomorrow. Another thing, the same thing happened with Yahoo when they couldn't create some kind of an ecosystem, and at the same time, they couldn't utilize the acquisitions that they had done. That's the reason they failed on why the product is needed in the first place, because without having that kind of a connection within your products or that level of features, if I compare with competitors, your product couldn't solve the required problem, and that's the reason it didn't work out. All right, learners, I'm back. Now, we've covered some aspects of user centricity that, again, what they need, outcome orientation. Let's focus on these two aspects. One is the iterative development and cross functional. Learners, when I was working on a product, the name of the product was, and yes, the name of the product was Discover I. Okay, this is from my experience, I'm telling you. And we were tasked that you need to have something for the GTM employees, which is go to market. These people, in simple words, track how are the sales going for ATCI, which is Accenture India, in very simple words. All right, tech centers all across India. Now, we were supposed to make this product something like a command and control center for GTM. All they had to do was they need to come, select what category of lead has been generated, which industry the client is in, what's the estimated value that we are looking at what stage the deal is at, and there were certain calculations on the amount that were to be done based on certain logic. So this was a very simple concept that had to be made. As of now, this entire concept was being done using Excel, and at the end of the month, someone would do some kind of a data crunching. In the first week of the next month, they would release a report, and that could be viewed by everyone. Now the question had shifted from doing this to something in real time, which is development of this particular tool of Discover. So this was a scenario that we were given. We realized in the very first place that people who are from these GTM and sales department, they are very used to this Excel now. Okay, therefore, I was working over here, you could say, as a BA. There was a team of developers, and there was a team of people from GTM. Now, how this would work was they would explain me certain requirements. I would convey that to developers, and we would just launch a very simple working prototype. That over here you can select the industry, over here you enter the amount, and the first level of calculation will be done immediately. That's it. We took some kind of feedback from these people who were from GTM. Again, they shared certain, what do you say, requirements. Again, development and next version. So that's how, over a period of 1 month, we were able to launch this. However, this did not end because the adoption of users was still not happening. These people were still happy, go happy with using their Excel. Then it happened another involvement of stakeholder. So we had to involve someone who was from the leadership of GTM. And now things moved as per track on what we had made. Therefore, learners, whatever product you make, just remember one thing: it is not a one time delivery. And second, it has to have people from tech, domain, you as a BA, HR, someone involving from go to market or marketing, someone from finance, and obviously someone who is calling the shots, who's kind of you can say kind of a leadership or client. That's the reason you work across different stakeholders. That's the reason it's called cross functional. If you're clear with this, give me a quick heads up, type yes in the chat box. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask your questions now, and then you will be asked to read this particular very small caselet. Any questions you can ask right away. If you don't have any questions, just quickly type yes in the chat box and have a look at this Netflix small caselet. All right. I want you to write down two products on your pen, on your sheet of paper. Okay. One over here, I want you to write down Netflix. Next, on the other side, I want you to write down Spotify. How many of you use Spotify, by the way? Anyone who uses Spotify?
No,
Thanks.
no, sir.
No. No. Okay. Anyone else who uses Spotify? So we got people who use Spotify. People who don't use Spotify, I would suggest you use Amazon. Okay.
Amazon what?
Amazon, the e-commerce app. Okay.
Okay.
We read something about Netflix that it does this. It has some of their own shows. They understood user requirements. They offer recommend everything we heard, right? Now, as a user, for any of these three products, you have to select any two. All right. Just write down around 5 reasons why you feel these products stand out from their competitors. Just 5 reasons for each. For example, you can say of Netflix that it offers you more of a premium watching experience because of its amazing UI UX. Second, the content is always up to date. Any new film or anything that comes up, new shows, they're doing very well. So just write down 5 reasons for each. I'll give you 1 minute for let's say for all of these products. Okay, just write down 5 reasons why you use that make these products worth using. Remember, Amazon has been there in existence since 1995, 1996. They're still there in the market, and now they're everywhere. Netflix, as you saw, it's been there since 2002 or 2003, because that's when they launched their DVDs, and now, of course, they have the live streaming. So these products have stayed for more than 2 decades. Okay, hurry up, just write down 5 points. What makes you feel that yes, this. All right, let's start. Who would like to start, please? Let's hear it for Netflix first. Who would like to go with Netflix? Tina.
Sir, sir, Netflix, first thing is, sir, all the documentaries, all the new movies, they are sold to them. So everything that you wanted to see new is always available there. And you
Good.
have
So
it according to
content
your
is up
mood.
to date.
Yeah. So it's according to the mood, I can say. So if you want to see something horror, if you want to see something romantic,
Good.
sad, all is available. So you have got a lot
Good.
of varieties over there. The subscription is available for both, like one mobile, two mobile, or I can say monthly, yearly. So that
Okay.
subscription is available. You have got a lot of like you can learn a lot of things. Like you can put the filters for your content that you want to see. That is available over there. Filtering option is
Mm-hmm.
available. You can choose what you want to look for. It has upgraded versions also. So, sir, if you want to see, like, if you are going to, example, if I'm not going to Netflix, if I'm going to any other, content like a Geo or a Hotstar or something like that, they don't have documentaries or available over there,
Okay.
as they have it, and they have
Good.
both Hollywood and Bollywood both they have.
Bollywood. Good. 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 Anyone else would like to add something on Netflix? You can do that now.
Yes, based on your search criteria, it gives many more options to watch.
And even
Good.
languages.
Good recommendation engine. Since they're developing a global product, so they have ensured that they've taken global adoption of all languages. Good. What else?
Better
Okay.
UI, much better UI.
Excellent. So UI UX best. Great. Let's come to Amazon or let's come to Spotify. Any learner who has taken what? This is the
Amazon.
time you start speaking. Amazon. Okay, go ahead, Tina.
So, first of all, very easy returns, very easy booking of the orders. Filtration options are absolutely brilliant. Varieties,
Hmm.
you choose, you name it, it's there in Amazon. Quick
Good.
delivery, fast delivery, late delivery, remote deliveries, all are available.
Excellent.
Connecting to customer service is absolutely brilliant. Chat options are also available. Calling options are also available. They are available 24 into 7. They are available
Yes.
remotely. Of course, the entire UI UX is like very user friendly. Sellers
Mm-hmm.
are ample over there.
Good.
I think I've covered a lot.
Uh-huh.
Of course, they've
Yes,
got
yes.
brilliant sales. They've got brilliant sales, I can say.
Brilliant what?
Sales. It's like selling. Sale days.
Any other point anyone would like to add on Amazon?
So सब बोल दिया.
Okay. All right. Now, next learner for Spotify.
So I think I have heard about it. Like it is good for the music, right? It also tells you about a lot of podcasts that you want to hear, right?
Good.
Uh,
Okay.
पता है, and sir, I think now their brand names is increasing, so they are also what you can say, they are like the sponsored, so we can see the Spotify everywhere. If you
Okay.
want to hear some new songs, they are first available on the Spotify.
Excellent. So, content is again, they've kept it well up to speed. Good. Any other learner would like to pitch in more on Spotify?
I came to know of Spotify only because of the whole Spotify Wrapped one. Like your entire year, it'll just give you the
Got
top
it.
five or like
Got it.
your
Got it. Got
recommendation.
it. Got it.
And
So,
then
they
I think it's
understand. Hmm.
yeah. So go ahead.
Continue. Continue, Madhuri.
It's,
User
And I think
experience. Okay.
they
it's
understood like
easy
the
to use
whole
as well.
personalization and like culture.
Lever will come to you. Madhuri, I'm so sorry. Please repeat.
They understood like that personalization, like what I could recommend based on
Personalization.
your top five,
Good. So,
and
personalization.
like cross cultural. Like I mean, before I used to use Ghana, but then maybe it doesn't have enough like international content or like
Good.
recommendations from other cultures as well.
So, cross
Plus
culture.
their ads, like they use even like South Indian ads also they have, North Indian ads also they have. So they don't. It doesn't sound like it's an Indian brand or a foreign brand. To me, it sounds like my go-to place for music.
Okay. Okay.
That's it.
Good. Now,
You
learners,
can
you
also
will.
share
Yeah. Good.
playlists.
Anika, go ahead.
You can also share playlists with others. So, like,
Good.
helps to collaborate with your friends.
Excellent. Learners, now you realize one thing, that these products, they are operating across geographies, and yet they've been in existence for, let's say, almost more than 2 decades. Therefore, these examples, as you can see, they have been able to customize depending on user requirements as and when they were changing. That's the reason we discuss more on the product first thinking, or the, you know, what all reasons why Yahoo failed. So we discuss the opposites over here. Okay, now we've got something called as business context, and just hold on for a moment. Hold on. I'll take a pause. I discussed three products. Okay, all of you are well aware. Now you need to tell me, based on your understanding, that Sriyansh, this is one product which I believe is not very well adapted. However, it does cover all of the things that we have discussed over here. I'll take a pause. Anyone who'd like to pitch in with their own product examples, now you're gonna do that. Over to you. Let's start. Who would like to go? For example, someone would be using, let's say, Telegram. You can say that Telegram offers you these things which are not there in WhatsApp, but still WhatsApp is more, commonly adopted. Go ahead. Let's see. Yes, Anika, Savita, Kavya, Vinay, Tina, Kalpana, over to you. Anyone, any product you feel, Tamara, that yes, this product is not as widely adopted as the market leader. However, it does have better features of understanding users. And if you remember, I think this acquisition happened in 2015, if I'm not wrong. Somewhere around that time it happened, 15, 16. I don't remember the exact year. Before that, WhatsApp was also there. My question for you all is, That time, WhatsApp did not have WhatsApp business. It did not have any advertisements as it has on the status part. It did not have any of the, what do you say, premium version or so on and so on. Nothing. Today it has WhatsApp business, it has got advertisements on status and so on and so forth. My question for you is, can anyone tell me before acquisition of WhatsApp, what was the business model of WhatsApp? Obviously, you
Only
have,
chats.
but those are not paid, Tina. The product was very good. You were very happy making this product as a business analyst, but the person sitting in the finance department was after your life, that you're just draining money because you have employees, you're taking too much of cloud storage, and you're just paying for that. That's it. The finance person would like to know, business analyst Tina and everyone, what is your business model? Go it.
think it is something related to pay per use kind of thing
But
rather
we
than
never paid for anything. No, there was nothing known as pay per use. Pavan, you can also speak a little louder so that everyone can hear you clearly.
I think I what I was saying is, am I clear now?
Yeah, yeah, clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the feature what I would say is maybe it was not into too much into business kind of thing, and they were
Hmm.
it was like a user kind of
Good.
personal
No, Pa-
personal use kind of thing rather than
Personal use
into
kind of a thing.
business.
Good. Now, learners Pavan has got a good point. He's saying personal use product. It was not kind of a business use. He's saying that. Okay, great. Therefore, as a product, you guys as a BA have done a tremendously well, or what do you say, good job. People are very happy with your product. They are using and they are eagerly using. I mean, they use it. The first thing that they use is WhatsApp the moment they get up. You have created this product. Well done as a business analyst. The question is, how does the business make money? You're not charging. You have never not thought about a monetization model. Can anyone
Excuse me.
answer? They were not at all generating even a single dollar of revenue before Meta took. Their whole concept was they had two options. One, we'll gather a huge database and then we're gonna launch our own versions years later. Where maybe we'll launch something like a WhatsApp business as we have today and other paid versions of these things, but never advertisements. The other option that WhatsApp thought, that we would go for an acquisition. Somebody would acquire us because our user base would be so long. And in the end, Meta acquired by paying learners $50 per user. Meta paid when they acquired WhatsApp. This is where my next question comes in, and this is what you need to think. On one side, you have what is expected by the user, and one side, you have what is expected by the business, because in the end, business is what will be able to pay for whatever user is going to run. Therefore, user definitely needs to shell out something. Okay, it is something that you can't think only of business. Maybe you want to charge too high, then the user is not going to come. It's going to say goodbye. However, on the flip side, if you listen only to the user and offer extremely competitive pricing, the business may not be sustainable. As a BA, this is the problem. Let's say you are stuck. I want to know from you all, by giving an example, how would you balance this? I'll give you one answer and then I'll give you a minute's time to think, maybe 30, 40 seconds to think. For example, the business said that we need more subscriptions and we need to charge them so that we can cover our costs. Netflix said, great, we'll offer a variety of subscriptions so that high paying, low paying, we have all sets of customers. In this way, the business is happy, the user is happy. Based on the pocket size, he or she is able to enjoy the product. So, this is one way the balance has been maintained. I'll give you 30 seconds. You need to come up with examples, learners, where you think this is how the business aspect and the user requirements are equally managed. Go ahead, go ahead. Anyone?
Having multiple products.
Excellent answer. So based on the requirements of the user and the business, not only you can have different subscription plans, you can have multiple products, right? so that anyone who would like to pay differently, they can access depending on the amount they are paying. Good. What else? Go ahead. Go ahead. Anyone else got an answer on how do you manage from both the user side and the business side? After I've seen your answers, I'll tell you how today it is being done, keeping in mind the ever rising prices of oil. How are certain airlines managing this very well? Okay, I'll give you that example, but first I would like to hear it from you. Go ahead, learners. Anika is given by having different products. Go ahead. So, do we have Tina? We have got Vinay, Imran would like to pitch in with their thoughts. Okay, reward points. All right, someone has mentioned that we reward users because they have paid with reward points. So, in this way, some revenue we've got, business is very happy, recurring sale happens, the BA is happy. Now business has to compensate. Hey, first time we paid you that much money, now we're gonna pay you less. Good. So now you're saying that you offer good features which are rare to find. In that way, people will be able to pay, right? So previously you're hinting at good. Excellent. So you're saying something related to cross-selling. Business is saying I want more money. Business analyst is saying, forget it, I can't increase my subscription charges. Business says, I still want more. So BS says, okay, we'll do some kind of cross selling by offering some other subscriptions. Good answer, Pravina. Go ahead, learners. What else? What else have we got? Advertisements. Okay. Now, learners, I'll give you two examples. Now, this same problem happened with Netflix. Joanna, are you from US? Or Livard, are you from US? You're from which place?
We're from Barbados.
You're from Bak. Okay. All right.
And Tamara.
Say it again.
And Tamara.
Okay. Okay.
Palmore.
Now, okay. Learners, you see, Netflix faced this issue some time back. Netflix has already reached all the households it can reach. It can't go to Iran. It can't go to areas that are sanctioned. For example, Russia, Iran. They can't go. They've already reached India. They've covered areas. They can't reach North Korea. They've covered all the population of this planet wherever they could reach. The question is, which is what your shareholders very commonly ask: growth. You're getting recurring revenue, well done, keep it up. But what are you going to do about the aspect of growth? So, what Netflix did, it can't obviously charge more. The business saying that the stock market is asking for more. So, what should I do? Now, Netflix said, I'll generate new sets of users for me. Right now, you pay and you use Netflix, right? But Netflix introduced a new subscription plan which said you can use Netflix without paying, but with advertisements. Now business is happy. More revenue from ads. The BA guy is also happy that more users are starting, more feedback I'll get, I can make my product better. Similarly, how many of you are aware that with the current price rise, there's been a huge skyrocket in the airfares? Do you agree, learners? Yes or no? That the flight tickets have become pretty expensive. Yes or no? Now, Air India faced this issue and they realized that they need to cut down on certain flights, all right? However, how do you decide what flights to cut down and why should you be cutting down in the first place? Because obviously, it is Air India and Indigo, they form the backbone of our tourism or logistics business as well, because they operate almost 90-95% of all the flights in India. Now, what they did, they thought that we have to cut down in the first place because business is saying it can't be sustained. Users, on the other hand, are going to go up in arms that the domestic flight tickets or the domestic flights are also being cut. This is a kind of a crisis situation. So Air India said, let's go to Mumbai. Anyone from Mumbai in the session right now? Anyone from joining from Mumbai? Go ahead. Anyone from Mumbai? We got no one from Mumbai, Maharashtra, Pune. Anyone? Anyone from Mumbai, Pune, Maharashtra? Okay, Divya, Pune. Tina, I think you're also from Pune, right? Now, Divya and Tina, you would be knowing it better. lot of you mentioned when we were discussing about Yahoo and BlackBerry, you mentioned that, Suryansh, it would have been great if proper communication would have taken place with the required stakeholders. Do you all agree? Yes or no? Correct?
Yes.
Go ahead. Yes or no? Right? Now, this communication can be through an email, can be through a PPT, it can be through a PDF, a meeting note, multiple ways, right? But let's say if you have an idea in mind, let's say today, if we have Tina who has an idea in her mind that Suryanj, what calculator apps we use, the default calculator apps in our phones are worthless. I have a better idea of a calculator app that can help you in calculating interest. It has a scientific calculator, the normal calculator with voice command. So I've got these ideas that can be done in a calculator. All right, Tina. Now, my question would be, is it even possible? So Tina can say, yes, it's possible. Instead of showing you that, this is how it will look, why don't I make a calculator that does exactly what I am saying and show it to you? Now, learners, do you all agree that it will carry more weightage? Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct. Everyone, yes or no? You agree that this carries more weightage because it will help the user understand or the stakeholder understand, okay, this is how it will look. And this is the feedback we'll be getting. This is how we'll work on the feedback. That loop can then start. The screen's visible? Everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Everyone, I want you to Google this word called Replit AI. Look at my screen. Just do exactly what I've done. Replit AI and press enter. Once you have done that, quickly type yes in the chat box. Hurry up, learners. Type yes in the chat box so that I know how many of you are following and getting this hands on. All right. This is something that I usually do in an AI masterclass, but since a lot of requests came last time for some hands-on, so I thought since we cover prototyping, why don't we create a prototype that would help us understand better? Okay, just Google Replit AI and click on the first link which says replit.com and wait for me. All right, just click on replit.com, let it load, and I want you all to wait for me. Okay, do you see a screen, learners, that looks somewhat like mine? If yes, type done in the chat box. Done, done. Type done in the chat box. This looks a little bit somewhat similar to what I am seeing. Hurry up, learners. All you need to do now, learners, is just log in and you have an option of logging in with Google. So complete your Google sign in. I'll give you 10 seconds, learners. Complete your Google sign in. Once you have done that, I want you to type yes in the chat box, please. Since I have already worked on this before, I may not be able to see more credits. It says upgrade to Replit core so that you can, start creating again. But do you see a screen that looks like this, learners? Yes or no? What do you want to make? Yes, no? Let's say I would like to make an application of a calculator. The calculator should have an option of, it should have dark theme. It should have an option of dark theme. It should have an option of normal calculator, of course. Then it should also have an option of, let's say, scientific calculator. If I have an option to switch to scientific calculator, rate of interest, principal calculator, something related to taking loans and all. And moreover, it should be more of inquisitive and it should be provoking me to use it. And the best part, it should have a theme like that of an aviation or let's say aviation theme. All right, so that I can use it and it should feel that I'm using an aviation theme. Just click on tick, some text will come up. Just copy paste this text over here. That's it, and click on this button.
That when I am just going on that, no, to mobile wala jo screen aata hai, when I click on the mobile, it's automatically writing some code automatically that create an app for a menu or something like that. But when I'm typing my own, it says discontinued and going to a main page. I don't know what's the
Okay,
problem.
it's fine. It's fine. We'll have a look at your screen share. But is it somewhat what you're seeing on the screen, Tina? Because this is what is being made now for Aparna. Aparna is making this. It is now in the process of making it. So it's same. Okay, Lokesh, for you it's same. Tina, is it similar for you? Thanks, Lokesh, Mohameda. Thanks, Tina. Hurry up, learners. Just press escape and get rid of this pop-up of try new. माधुरी ठीक है इसको जरा स्क्रीन सेट सॉरी अपर्णा ये just good. Let it load, learners. It takes some time, but you will be able to have your app which of course you can use it. Now, learners, you want to try that app, right? So, right on the right side, as you can see on Madhuri on Aparna's screen, you have an option. So, download the app, which is Expo Go. It's a free app that lets you run the project instantly. If you want to run it on your phone, if you don't want to run it on your phone, it's perfectly fine. You can use it on the laptop as well. First, let it get completed. So don't do anything. Let it get completed. All learners who are able to see what Aparna's screen is showing, type yes in the chat box, please. After you have done this, learners, you will have an option called Publish on the top right corner. If you don't want to download the app, try it on your phone right now, which you can do it later easily. So I want you to click on Publish only after it has completed. On the top right corner, you have an option called Publish. So once it's done, click on Publish and you will have your first prototype ready, learners. That's how today BAs or product managers can quickly develop prototypes instead of wasting time and hiring a developer just to make a very small understanding of the product. Okay, so just let it complete, then click on publish. This is your first prototype. Of course, you can use a different email ID and use create something else as well. I've created roughly around 7 to 8 products using different email IDs. Okay, so just keep on waiting by the time it gets done. After this, we'll go on to certain other aspects and we'll be covering Chat GPT on how we can use that. In this way, we'll be creating something called as a to be experience map, business model canvas, all using Chat GPT. Nowhere we'll be typing and creating a document from scratch because those days are gone. Aparna, go ahead. You want to say something, Aparna?
Yes. So yes, one thing I want to check.
Yes.
Right now we are using Replit, right, for creating a prototypes. Is this the only tool we have, or do
No,
we
no,
have
there are
like some good
multiples. So
tools?
there's something called Lovable. There is something called Bolt,
Mm-hmm.
Replit, Gemini AI Studio. But I would recommend you to use only
Julius.
Julius. There are multiple tools available in the market, but I would strongly recommend you all to use only this. Okay, it's used to manage a project. Okay, it is similar to Jira. That's how things work, Tina. Because obviously nobody can understand and play around with all of the tools, right?
Agree.
Okay, let it load now, learners. Uh-huh. Preview will be available soon. Let it load. Everyone, has it worked for anyone now? Eh, In debug just click on debug with agent. Let it see. Thank you, Ashwini. It's done. Good. Ashwini, why don't you publish it? On the top right corner, you have an option called publish. So why don't you publish it, Ashwini? And once you have published, your publishing is complete, Ashwini, it will throw you a link. So why don't you just copy paste the link on the chat box? All learners who are creating this thing, it's fine if it is taking time. It's okay. This has to be the biggest takeaway from the sessions. All right, and it has to be a working prototype that you can show to anyone. So Ashwini, click on publish. Everyone click on publish if it's working for you. By the time agent is debugging certain errors for Aparna. Madhuri, how about you? Supriya, Rajat, Lokesh, Savita, Imran, Ashwini, Pravina, Momita. How is it for you? Which stage are you at? Are you still?
So
Yeah,
it's creating websites. It's working in the agent. I mean,
It's showing as your app is starting.
app is starting, creating. Good. Okay. I'm waiting for the preview. Okay. So it's fine. Hold on.
I added
Uh,
one. I gave one more prompt also to it, so and it's in queue.
okay. You gave one more prompt. Prompt.
Yeah.
So you got an output, but you gave one more
No,
prompt,
I
right?
didn't got the prompt. I didn't get got the output, but I gave one more prompt, so it's in queue as well.
Okay.
I
Okay.
tried it to see how it works.
So click on debug with agent. I don't know what is the issue, Aparna, from your end, but it's working for some. I never encountered this kind of a problem. Let's see. By the time you're doing this, learners, what I'll do now is just give me a moment. I'll join from my mobile as well so that I can show you some of the products or something that we have made. look at some of the apps. It should be working because you see these all apps I've made using this. I'll just open one. They have a period of 1 month. After 1 month, they all get, what do you say? Because it's a free plan. No, after 1 month, your account gets deleted. So this is a very simple planner. Some of you thought of making a planner. Now this gets really good over here because I'm a big fan of aviation, so I can plan my entire day. It has got an option of briefing, some kind of a quotes from aviation. I can create my own squadron. So let's say for all the Simplilearn activities I do, I've created a squadron called Black Panthers. These are the activities that I've done so far with them. The other one can be, let's say, some kind of a visits with fundraising and all. So that's I've given another squadron called Battle Axis. Similarly, I can plan my week, month. Today I can add, let's say, take simply session. Okay, it's a critical one, and it will be done by, let's say, the Black Panthers. Clear for takeoff. So now I have it taking simply session. So I can mark click, all sorties are landed. So this is one, and there's another one some of my other learners made. It's a very simple tic-tac-toe game. So lever has also done, learners. Why don't you all click on levers once? So in this way you can play with a friend. Then let's say over here, and let's so play again. So this is one that we've made. Similarly, if I just come back, I created a small marketplace or WT wins related application, something related to hackathon, HR appraisal, in which I have a small team with whom I work. So I can upload how their performances are going from my tool over here. So let's say these are my employees. Let's say I select an employee, Hitvi. I can give the rating 10. Project, let's say we can name it simply train. All right. So good job, and send email. Now an email is sent to this particular email address. And all of this has been made for absolutely free of cost as a working prototype. So you see, learners, that's how you create prototypes, you can deploy them, and you can share it. We'll wait, let's say, maybe a couple of minutes more. Once we are done with this particular thing can continue in the background. You don't need to worry about it. Let it, once it is completed, maybe towards the end of the session, you can share links when it is done. Okay, but we'll wait for 2 more minutes. By the time, let's everyone click on what our friend Lever has sent. So it's a bus route. Okay, we couldn't find a Replit app. The owner, you didn't publish it. It seems, Lever. Did you publish it? Lever, I'm talking to you. Did you publish it?
Yes, I did. I clicked on publish.
So let it share your screen. Share your screen because we can't open this. So just share your screen. We don't know what the issue is.
All right, one moment.
I think it opens only as a mobile app. Then it's okay. Share your screen, Lever. It's getting published, Lever. Don't worry. You see the promote one, right side?
Yeah.
Yes, it's still getting published. So it's okay. Don't worry. It's not published. That's the reason we can't see it. Okay.
Okay.
Once it is get published, keep your screen sharing on. Don't worry. Once it gets published, Lever, you will have a pop-up that says your publishing has been completed. Okay. So just hold on. Thank you, Ashwini. Ashwini has shared. Let's see if her publishing is complete. Yes, everyone click on Ashwini's link. Publishing is complete. I think it's showing London. I can select my current city as, let's say, if I select Delhi. Yes, it's able to give me an option Delhi. It shows 38 degrees. Good job, Ashwini. It's working well. Let's see what else we've got. I'm waiting for the preview. Can I share my screen? Savita, you can share. Just give me a moment. I'll just see. Lever, why don't you just hold on? Scroll up, Lever. Scroll up.
This is it.
I said scroll up. Scroll up. Up. Yes, go up.
It's not going up anymore.
It's not going. Okay, click on publishing. Click on publishing. Okay, the app is already published. Now you can click, give us this link. No, not this one, Repler. The bus tracker one. The bus. Yes, click on this link now. Click. Just click on this. Click on this. Good. So that's now. Now hold on, learners. Hold on. Many a times you will see an option like this. Okay, don't worry. All it says is for this app to work, you need a launcher. So everyone, what you see on lever screen, please download this app, which is scan QR code. You can see lever.
Yeah.
Yes, scan this and download this app. And then if you click on your link, the app will open on this. Okay, lever. So download this app first. This app is acting like a launch pad. Okay, lever.
Okay.
So download this app, scan and download. All learners now come back. Stop sharing lever. Stop sharing lever. All learners now come back. Come back, because this is highly addictive and you would keep on creating more and more. Now, hold on. Pravina, it says no usable data found. Okay, we'll see what exactly this is. But all learners who were at least able to try, were able to reach the preview state, so on and so forth, just type yes in the chat box. It is Suryansh, I was able to try and I was able to get there. Prasanna, what I would suggest is after the session, just create a new, you work with a new email ID and then try to do it again. Okay, Prasanna. But all learners, I'll ask you to take a moment's pause. Everyone stop doing whatever you're doing. Stop doing whatever you're doing, because this is a very small prototyping that I wanted you all to play with. Now, everyone, click on the feedback link that Afraj has just sent. All right. Afraj, just share the feedback link again, please. Don't type anything now, learners. Don't type anything. Afraj, just paste the link. I'm sending the link again, okay? Learners, this is a feedback link. 30 seconds. You're not doing anything. Just complete the feedback, because now we'll be creating a to be experience map. We'll be creating business model canvas, all using ChatGPT. Okay? Let's start. Learners. Here we go. Please tell me your reasons why you think Nike has been able to stand above and beyond its competitors. Go ahead. Let's start. Lever, would you like to initiate the discussion now?
It's athletes and marketing.
Okay, you mean to say the choice of their athletes, which is for marketing, is fantastic, so that more and more people are able to relate, right? Good answer, Lever. Next learner. There was one more person speaking behind Lever.
The logo, just do it.
Logo.
It's very
Okay,
motivational, eye-catching,
good.
very connecting to the other,
Excellent. So let's say they've
customers.
created that kind of a brand appeal by using a very simple logo itself, right?
Correct. And I think their ads are also very emotionally attached, when they are presenting their market. So their ads are attached,
Good.
like they are
So
a IDA ad.
got it.
They especially attract to the customers and emotionally connect with them.
Excellent. So they've got some kind of an emotional attachment through their advertisements. Okay. What else? What else, learners? All right. So it says connect. Tamara says it connects people from low housing. It has sports sponsor blends with music, fashion. So it has. You all would agree that through its marketing, it has been able to build a very good connect with its user base. Yes or no, learners? Yes
Yes,
or
sir.
no?
Yes, sir.
And of course, there's no doubt to it that the product quality is top notch. Most importantly, their products have continuously become better. As you would see, the
Innovation, yeah.
Nike Air series, they become the top class of their category in terms. So that's the reason they're able to charge their own pricing as well. Okay, learners. Good. This is a very relatable example. So I'll just give you maybe 10 seconds. Have a look at this. Then we go to the next part. Also, learners, they have launched something called as Nike Running app, which again creates or acts as a another customer touch point. All right. Okay. Now. I think all of these points you've covered very well. Seeing in emotional attachment with the customer, making your products good enough, the Nike Run Club, which is their mobile application. Now, it's clear how it impacts business, revenue growth, loyalty. We'll be creating learners something known as product thinking canvas now. So everyone open ChatGPT, please. Open ChatGPT, and once you have opened ChatGPT, type yes in the chat box. Will not waste time in any of the theoretical discussions or what exactly this is. Learners, take a screenshot, please, of this. Take a screenshot. Thank you, Pravina. Finally, it's ready for you. Take a screenshot, learners, of this. User first, job to be done, output. Just take a screenshot of this, okay? Done? Done, learners? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Paste it on ChatGPT and tell that, create a business model canvas for Nike in this format. Do this. I'll also do it side by side, okay? Or maybe anyone else can screen share who is currently doing this. So let's see who would like to screen share. Share
I'll
screen,
do.
anyone? Over to you, Savita. Great. Share screen. Just copy paste it. Let ChatGPT do everything, and you just give the instructions in what exactly business model canvas. Savita. All right. Business model canvas. Okay. Nike. Nike is Nike, and business model using this format. Using this format. All right. That's it. And now just press enter. Jobs done, learners. Your business. So you wanted the screenshot, Lokesh? Okay, just give me a moment. I'll send it. Learners, anyone paste the screenshot, please, in the chat box for Lokesh. Anyone just who has done the screenshot part, just paste it over here in the chat box. Good job. Job's done. Now learners, hold on. Okay, we've got Tina who is sending the screenshot. Siddesh has shared the chat GPT link. Great. All learners, I want you, if you have done this, okay? Someone has shared the chat GPT link, right? Why don't you do this? Just one thing. On the top right corner, Savita, you see the share option?
Yeah.
Yes. Click on this. क्या हो गया? Click on it. Now, do you see an option called share? ये नीचे click करो, height पे click करो. It's okay, ignore it. Don't worry. Just keep it like this. All those who have done this, type yes in the chat box. All those learners who have created this business model canvas, just don't do anything, Savita. You can stop sharing. You
Okay.
can stop sharing. You can stop sharing now.
Okay.
Keep typing yes. Good. Now, learners, we have done on a very macro scale. As in, we were doing this for a company or a product line of like Nike. Let's do it at a very, very concentrated level. Okay. Now, the problem statement over here, learners, is you have to create a business model canvas for the recommendation engine of Netflix. Okay, I'll just type it for everyone to remember. What did we just create? Business model canvas, right? Just give me a moment. Uh-huh. Uh, Sorry, it's called the product thinking canvas. I keep getting confused. So just create this product thinking canvas for recommendation engine of Netflix. All right, I'm putting it over here. Recommendation engine of Netflix. All right, do this. Create this structure again. This time you're not doing it for the entire product or the entire company as a whole. You're doing it for a very specific feature or a part, which is recommendation engine. Once you have done that, type yes in the chat box and let me know so that I can continue. Okay. Savita, what you did, do exactly the same thing on the same screenshot. Just change it, instead of Nike, just mention it for the recommendation engine of Netflix. Okay, Savita?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Cool. Do it quick. Thanks, Ashwini. Keep doing it, learners. These are very simple topics. Earlier, it used to take a lot of time in creating these things. Now we are able to do that in less than a minute. So keep doing that, learners. Let's start creating the next part, which is the business model canvas, everyone. There are 9 building blocks of business model canvas. Take a screenshot of this, everyone. Take a screenshot of this. Paste it on ChatGPT, please. Don't do anything. Just take a screenshot of this. Paste it in the chat. Paste it on ChatGPT. Once you have done that, type yes in the chat box. Hurry up, type yes once you have taken this screenshot and pasted it on ChatGPT. Good. Now take this screenshot as well. I want you to take 2 screenshots. Take this screenshot as well. Done, learners? You would have 2 screenshots till now. If you have taken the 2 screenshots, pasted them on chat GPT, hurry up, I want you to type yes in the chat box. I'll tell you what next you have to do. Type this in the chat box, type this in on chat GPT now. Mega, here you go, please. This is the first screenshot. I hope you can take it now. All right. And type this, that you need to create a business model canvas using this format for Blinkit. Sure. Mega, done. I can go to the next one now. Maybe if you want to take the next screenshot as well. All right, here you go. Take this screenshot as well. And once you have done with the business model canvas, learners, for Blinkit, I want you to type yes in the chat box. Great. Just keep typing yes. See, learners, earlier we used to go ahead with one-on-one, but we've already discussed so many examples till now that we'll let the AI do the remaining part of the job. Okay. Now, learners, as you're doing this, see, when you are learning something, you will be bombarded with what you call a lot of jargons, which you may, or 99% of the time, you will not use in real world. Okay. But it's good for you to know. However, some of you already mentioned those aspects without even touching upon this. I think John, and there was one more learner who mentioned communicating it to the stakeholders. Yes or no, learners? Do you remember when we discussed about BlackBerry? Many of you mentioned that you need to communicate what's happening in the world today to the stakeholders. Yes or no, learners? You remember that, right? That's what
Yes.
this topic covers. It says that you have a better idea of interacting with users and developers, so you know the picture very well. Okay. However, person who is sponsoring it is not in direct contact with the users. All right. Therefore, he or she may not have what you call a real world hands-on experience on what is happening. It is your job to find ways to align your stakeholders. One way which you all did was by creating a prototype to show that this is how this thing will work. Another way, very commonly used, is to prove your point with some kind of data points, data sets. That this is this is what research was done, and this is the analysis that we are getting. Another one can be when, let's say, usually it's a review call or a quarterly review call that is happening. So there are multiple ways you work around this alignment aspect, but the best way of doing that is whenever you have something new to go ahead with is by creating these kind of prototypes. Okay. When you do that, we have a very simple, what do you call, a matrix that this is a format that is followed when you are working with stakeholders. You should know that who is the owner of the outcome, who is, let's say, people who are working on this, is there a leadership requirement, and who is this person who is just kept up to date, no active role. So this is usually the, what do you call, the office of the director, so on and so forth, who are just kept updated so that they can do the required communication. The work is mainly done by these three categories of people: the person who is, let's say, responsible to get it executed, usually the developer; the one who owns the outcome is usually the BA, who is the person accountable; consulted is the, let's say, the subject matter expert or an internal partner who has got previous experience working in these kind of problems. All right, it's a assignment matrix just for your information to know. No action point needed on this. All right. If you're clear with all of this, learners, just type yes in the chat box so that I can continue with the remaining one or two topics that we'll be covering. Okay. Now, learners, I think I've joined from my phone also. Just give me a moment. Yes, I'm still there. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'll stop sharing from here. Let's do this. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen, learners? Yes or no? You see my
Yes,
screen?
sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So now let's say if I just go to Blinkit, all right, and and I just keep scrolling down. You see a design which says, you've got lots and lots of toys. What I do next is, let's say I would like to order something. Okay, since Blinkit is now promoting toys, you can see some kind of a beautiful design changes visible. Yes or no? Yes or no? You can see
Yes.
some kind of toys going around. Similarly, today if you go to LinkedIn and if you see the first option, which is quite easier for you to click over here, is the jobs option present, right? This is something you can easily click using your thumb. Now, if you're using just one hand, max to max, you can go till home, but jobs part is the most accessible. Do you agree, learners? Yes or no? On LinkedIn, yes or no? That
Yes.
jobs is there. Now, learners, all of these are nothing but very, very small and easy to execute design changes. Okay. Whenever you have a different priority, let's say LinkedIn has a priority of promoting more and more people should be applying for jobs. So put a jobs option. Now LinkedIn says, earlier it did, LinkedIn said, okay, I want to promote more and more videos. Do you remember long time back, LinkedIn also tried becoming the next Instagram? How many of you remember that time?
I do.
Yes, right? LinkedIn wanted to become the next Instagram. Now, they gave an option of posting more and more videos at the bottom. Unfortunately, they realized it early that this is not going to work, and that's how they removed that. But a very simple design change makes users try those options, and that's when you get feedbacks whether this is worth going yes or no. Now, learners, if you're clear with this, if you're clear with these very small design changes, could you suggest on WhatsApp, Instagram, or any other platform that you commonly use, what small design changes can help users or maybe delivery partners? For example, once I order something, nowadays Blinkit gives me an option that just in case you forgot to add something, you have got a minute. In this 1 minute, you can add. Similarly, once a delivery boy is assigned or it's working, I have an option to tip the delivery boy. So think of options on any product you think, if added, they'll serve well, maybe for the company, for the user, for any partner involved in between. Go ahead. Let's hear it from you all. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Anyone would like to come up with some kind of an answer? Delivery track on home page. Okay. So let's say you can track delivery on the home page instead of going to your track your orders. Good. Anyone else?
Rapido does not have an option in case if you book a ride, right? And
Hmm.
in between, if you want to change the address, they
Good,
will not allow you. Or
good,
if you
good,
wanted
good.
to just, plus the address. Like I
Okay.
have two friends of mine with me and I want
Mm-hmm.
to drop them first and then go to my home. That is not
Uh-huh.
available.
Good, good. So offline updates for package. Good. Good, good, good. Anyone else got any other point over here? You can speak up now. So we've got couple of answers for Amazon, Rapido. Good. Okay, book a new ride. Thanks, Aparna. Simple design changes, but yes, they carry good answer. They carry good weightage. Go ahead. Anyone else? Okay. Now, learners, these are multiple stops for one passenger, one ride. Pravina, I didn't understand. Can you elaborate this?
Like one passenger books a ride, but he can stop at multiple spots.
Okay. Okay. Good. Something similar to what do you say? Uber. what do you say, hire for the 3 hours or something like that. Uber rent a car or something that they give you the car for 3 hours and then you can go wherever you want to go. So just say that 3 hours car is yours, something like that. That may not be there on Rapido. Okay. Now, learners, since you've covered these options, let me give you a you know a very small challenge, but you need to think on how do you make it happen. Okay. Today, consider a scenario that Madhuri is working at Axis Bank. Okay, Madhuri.
Sure.
All right. Now, since Axis Bank will make money when more people will take loans, maybe car loan, will take credit cards, so on and so forth, unless that's how usually a bank makes money from people. All right. Therefore, Madhuri says that we need to reach out to more people. And once we reach out to more people, we need to get more leads. That hey, you want a credit card, you want a loan, so on and so forth. And we'll have different partners, maybe Bank Bazaar, Pesa Bazaar, which will help us do that. Do you agree with this situation, learners? Yes or no? That's how it works. Cool? Yes, no? Correct, learners? That's how usually banks operate. They would like to reach out to as many people as possible, right? Now, this, let's say, Momita comes in the picture and says, yeah, Madhuri, why you want to do so much effort? Use my product. Based on your current clientele, after analyzing their data, it gives you pinpoint recommendations. Let's say one customer is Tina. So Tina currently has these three products of Access. But based on these three products and her account history, these two additional products should be ideal for her, which she should be looking for. Similarly, I can give you this for all of my customers. Now you don't need to do random calls with random people that you want to buy this. For example, you're calling Tina and Tina already is having a home loan. You're calling Tina and saying, "Hey, you want a home loan?" Tina says, "Already have it. I don't need another one." However, if Tina is called upon and say, "Hey, Tina, you already have a home loan. Would you like to have a top up on that? We are offering you a top up at a very reasonable interest rate." Then she may be interested. Do you agree, learners, that this will help our friend Prasanna at Axis Bank reduce her workload drastically? Yes or no? Come on, yes or no? Do you agree? Go ahead. Madhuri, Prasanna, do you agree? Yes or no? That this will reduce random calling, improve lead generation. Do you agree with me, learners? Yes, no?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely it helps, right? But Madhuri is a little scared. She's saying, you're asking me for a $1 million check. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, I get fired. Can anyone suggest how a way out can be, come forward? Let's say somewhere Madhuri also gets a confidence that this will work. Our friend over here, let's say Momita, has now delivered that confidence. Okay, this will work, so that Madhuri is now able to accept this. So, what do you suggest? Any midway? Anyway, I mean, you can close this trust gap.
A
Any
trial for
suggestion?
like a segment or a
Excellent. So
location.
a trial, right? So learners, in this scenario, what we call Madhuri just called out a trial is also called a POC. It's a proof of concept that usually a tech firm does with the domain sector firm, and for a very small set. If it works, then they scale it rapidly all across the organization. If it doesn't work, then the loss is very small. Usually, this POC is equally sponsored by the tech firm as well as the company. That's how, when you're implementing it on a large scale, once a POC comes out as a success, you get feedbacks that this is how it should be done and this is how it will be scaled. That's only when you get a $1 million contract. This is called a POC, which is also called a proof of concept. If you're clear with this, learners, type yes in the chat box.
So, Yansh, if you don't mind, can you explain about POC?
So Imran, let's say today, we are looking at uh, let's say we are looking at, you like cars, Imran?
Yeah, yeah.
So let's say, Imran, today, are you aware of ADAS features? Yes or no?
I'm not that much into cars, but I like the futures. So.
So ADAS is nothing but autonomous drive.
Yes, yes,
That
yes.
means the car will go on a straight road without having to touch the steering wheel. If
Yeah.
the road is turning, let's say taking a curve, the car would automatically take a curve. Okay. Now this particular feature sounds very sci-fi. Okay. And let's say Mahindra is very skeptical that this will even work. However, you say, it's already being implemented. This will definitely work. Mahindra says, I don't trust you. Okay, Imran.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, Mahindra says, I've got maybe 10 different models. I'm the second or third largest automobile player in India. I simply can't roll out a feature to millions of cars just because you think it has worked in some other geographical region. No, sorry. So, what you say that, hey, you know what? You give me 10 cars. Okay. I'll install my software for those 10 cars. I will show it to you how it works. Only if you are satisfied with the way it has worked, then only you can scale it to your millions and so on and so other cars. Imran, sounds like a good plan? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
This is called a POC, proof of concept.
Thank you.
Okay. So, learners, this was one more aspect that is existing apart from creating a prototype of a product. Now learners, if you're clear with the POC, you've created some kind of a prototype. There are chances that you don't want to put even these efforts. Now the prototyping is very easy because you've got AI. But earlier, this concept of AI did not exist. So what many people would do, they would show a diagram. First this will happen, then this will happen, then this will happen, then this will happen. Other scenarios, some people would show some kind of, what do you say, the design of an application, that this is how the login page would look. After login page, this is how home page would look. After home page, this is how a product page would look, and this is how add to cart page would look. So this was what was called wireframes. Now with coming up of AI, you don't need to know how to create a wireframe. All you need to do is you need to just speak it out to Chat GPT, or you need to speak it out to Balsamiq, Figma, and they're gonna create these wireframes for you on their own. Okay. However, these days what is being most commonly used is your prototyping using AI, what we did. So usually what happens is a business analyst or a product manager, they have access to the AWS platform. You have access to Replit. Similarly, they have access to AWS, and that's how they ask AWS to create an AI prototype of what ideas or what feedbacks they have got.
And with that, we have come to the end of this course. We hope this session helped you understand Agile, product first thinking, Scrum, Kanban, Jira, and the role of a business analyst in the modern product development. If you have any doubts or questions, ask them in the comment section below. And also, do not forget to like this video, share it with someone who wants to learn business analysis. Also, subscribe to Simplilearn for more such career related learning. Thank you guys for watching this video.